across the UK, online and on DAB.
He has made a covenant with the night, and with the darkness he is in agreement.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Ooga Saga, 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 Ooga Saga. Sakutuga sati pega nanti patapat. Sakutuga sati pega nanti patapat. Sakutuga sati pega nanti patapat. Sakutuga sati pega nanti patapat.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. This is your song. This is your song. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. This is a song. This is a song. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the word how wonderful life is while you're in the world. This is a song. This is a song.
Here we go. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, oh, technical difficulties to one side. Good evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee, the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio, on DAB, on your mobile phone devices, and of course online at talkradio.co.uk. You can watch the show, let's be honest, from a slightly less flattering angle than per usual, because as I was setting up the studio, it's now a mad dash to set up the studio because we have the news live in the studio. That never used to happen back in my day, and now in my day it happens, and there were people in here, and so there was a mad old dash, and I snapped my banjo string. No, I didn't. I snapped my mount, which is almost just as painful. I snapped the mount that my iPod, my iPhone rests upon on the tripod, and so people are having to look up my nostril if they're watching on periscope.tv/Iain Lee. For that, I can only apologise.
Do you want me to go and get some sellotape?
No, I do not. We will not fix it with sellotape. We'll order another one. Catherine Boyle is here. Good evening.
Word to all of your mothers.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. You call us. You'll speak to Simon. He'll take your name and your number and call you back immediately. And that's what's happened to Anna. Good evening, Anna. Let's have Anna's fader up, Simon. Hello, Simon. Earth to Simon. Let's have those faders up. Let's do it. Hello, Anna. There we go.
Hello.
There we go. That's fine. It's all, you know, there's only so many times I can ask that with a smile in my face. Yes, Anna.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
Oh, brilliant. I'm first on.
Well, don't be stunned. You dialed the number. You hopefully you would have expected to have got through at some point. It just has perhaps been a little bit quicker than you thought. How's your day gone today, Anna?
Oh, brilliant. It's the last day in the office before Christmas.
Yay!
Did you take a game in?
Was that game called A Box O' Wine? Catherine and I, before the show, we go to, we treat ourselves to Waitrose to go and buy some snacks, like sandwiches, refreshments, that kind of thing. And on the way there, a young lady went, "Oh my God, it's effing you." And I went, "Yeah." She goes, "Can I have an effing selfie?" And I went, "Of course you can." And I said, "Can I ask, madam, are you a little bit drunk?" She said, "No, I'm effing not. I've just come straight from effing work." I'm not adding too many Fs here, am I,
No, it
Catherine?
sounded like to come from work, she must have swum through a pool of wine.
Yes, exactly. And she said, "I'm not effing drunk. I've come from effing work." And we think she may have been working in the effing brewery. We just don't know. So, hats off to everybody who is perhaps a little bit tipsy today, and has been tipsy in the workplace. We salute all of Britain's drunken workers.
Not that they can see us.
But by the way, that's the phone in tonight. If you were drunk, here we go. This is the phone in. If you've ever been drunk, and I'm going to say it, or high at work, 0344 499 1000. I want to know how drunk, how high, and what hilarious mishaps took place. I've got one or two. 0344 499 1000. Anna, that's given you enough breathing time. Let's talk.
Cool. So I started listening to the show properly this week.
Well done.
But I have heard it before because my boyfriend's a really big fan of the show.
Oh, but hang on a second. Why do you say you started listening properly this week then? Surely, if the person that you love and want to spend the rest of your life with has been listening to it...
She said it was a boyfriend.
Well, that's true. Surely if the person you're sleeping with is listening to it, then that should be enough for you to go, I'm going to have a crack at this as well.
Well, yeah, but sometimes, especially when you're really close to someone, you've been going out for a very long time, you just like to be a bit contrary, and when they're into something, you just sort of like to not be into it.
How long have you been going out with him?
Oh, God. So we started going out about 11 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
So a long time.
And he's still not proposed to you yet?
Wow.
What a
so
scumbag.
it's not been 11 years kind of continuously.
She totally dodged that one, didn't she?
Yeah, hang on, it's been off and on.
Oh, go on. Oh, really? Why?
Why was it off?
Yeah, why was it off?
Well...
Because it's bloody awful radio show he was listening to.
Don't be so rude.
No, it's fine. I mean, we started going out when we were, like, really young, so...
Yeah, okay.
I was, like, 17, he was 18, and, you grow up so much over those years, and I think... So we broke up when we were around about 21.
Yeah.
And I think we probably grew up at different speeds, and I think I kind of matured a bit quicker.
Of course you did.
And we broke up for about 2 or 3 years, and do you know what? It was just...
Did you the world good?
The best thing.
Yeah, healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And we kind of, we both moved to different cities and got different jobs and made different friends, and we kind of found our way back together, and and we've been living together for about 3 years.
Apart from the lack of marriage, this is the perfect...
well, I mean, I have a word, Iain, so...
Oh, you've what, sorry?
She wants to have a word.
Oh, okay, go on, what's this?
No, have a word with him.
Oh, have a word with him. I'll have a word with him.
He does call up. I don't know how often. I don't know if he's like a regular.
Give me a name. Give me a name. I'll look in my records.
Jonathan.
What's his name?
Jonathan, not the racist Jonathan.
Oh,
do you mean not boring Jonathan?
I don't know who's boring Jonathan.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. You know.
Is he a short man? Whoa! Thank you, computer. Is he a short man?
He's shorter than me.
Is he? And he wears glasses.
Yeah.
And he's quite swarthy.
I don't know what that means.
Dark and hairy.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, it's boring Jonathan. That's awkward, isn't it? Wowzers. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, it sounds like it can't be. It can't be boring.
It can't be boring Jonathan. It can't be boring Jonathan. Anyway, let's move on, because this is suddenly the air has turned very, very chilly in here, hasn't it?
Can I tell you something really sad that happened to me today?
Yeah, go on.
I stood next to my first love in Tesco's, and we both pretended we didn't see each other.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Even though he recently contacted me on Twitter, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
They'll talk to you on Twitter, but in real life, let's pretend we don't see each other.
Did you get a tingle?
No.
No.
I thought, all that fuss about that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You live and learn.
Anyway, Anna, you're with us now. Boring Jonathan isn't.
Can I tell you why I called in?
Of course you can, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I have been listening this week, and like I said, I've listened to bits and pieces in the past, and I wanted to say that I think it's really great how many calls you're getting from like young people and from women as well.
Yes. Oh, apparently me wanting to have more female callers is a controversial viewpoint.
It's absolutely outrageous.
But what is your why, Anna? What is your why?
Well, I really relate to what Kath said about there not being that many women in the radio industry. Because I work in the kind of the technology industry, and I've worked in the computer games industry, and so I know what it's like to work in a field where females are really underrepresented and kind of what it's like, and and I think it's weird that wanting more women in the industry could be seen as like a controversial view.
It's not even in the industry, it's on the radio full stop, as callers and everything else. They say this thing, and I think it's really useful. If you can't see it, you can't be it. So if you see people like you doing a job that you want to do, it gives you inspiration. That sounds like a rhyme, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But if you have got this ambition, but no one else like you appears to be in it, it can seem like the doors are closed,
But Kath, what is your why? What is your why?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Oh, what's... but yeah, I was very confused yesterday by it. I did have a very nice email from the young lady that we had a Barney with, and she was saying she was very nervous and asked if she could not be in the podcast, but that is out of my hand. Yeah, it's out of my hands, I'm afraid, guys. But so I hope she calls in again because I liked her.
Email the woman that knows what's going on.
I liked her. I don't want to bitch about her.
No, I'm not bitching about her. I'm just saying I didn't know she didn't want to be in.
No, and I didn't. There's nothing to do with me, the podcast. So no, but yes. Anyway, good. Well, I'm glad that's sorted, Anna. I think, and I can see how 1, 2, 3, 4, including you, 4, maybe 5. If Georgie, hang on a second. Let's see if Georgie's Georgie, are you a boy or a girl?
I'm a girl.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yay.
Well, that means we've got 5 female callers and only 2 gentlemen callers lined up. So it's gone back the other way. And one of those gentlemen is 9-year-old Hayden. So we are living the radio dream this evening, Anna.
Oh, fantastic.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks, bye.
Ta-ta. Let's go to Georgie. Good evening, Georgie.
Hi.
Hey, Georgie, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Thank you very much indeed for calling the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio. What have you got for us?
Nothing like specific.
That's good.
I was just going to say that I started listening on Monday.
Yeah. How you
this
find
is
it?
really weird. I can hear myself.
Oh, there's. Have you got your radio switched off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on. I'm going to put you onto a slightly different line. Is that any better, Georgie?
No, I can still hear myself.
Oh, yeah,
it's okay.
I tell you why, it's because our phone systems are crap, and I hope that one day, I know it's only a small thing, but it would be great to have a phone system on a phone-in show that actually worked. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get too big for my boots.
All right, Mariah.
Yeah, I know, but it would be nice. Anyway, go on. Well, hopefully you can battle through the echo, Georgie. What have you got?
Don't know now.
Oh.
I've lost it.
You started listening on Monday. I'm guessing because you saw me on that silly TV programme. How is it comparing to how you thought it would be?
It's good. I wasn't sure if I'd get on with it or not, but no, I really like it.
Okay. Is there anything... Here we go. I've got got a piece of paper here. I forgot that the boss has given us a new caller survey to fill out, so we'll do that. So I'm going to ask you some questions. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being excellent, how would you rate the show experience so far?
4.5.
4.5?
Okay, that's excellent.
But that's excellent, but it also means there's room for improvement, and I like that.
Exactly.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how, with 1 being rubbish and 5 being okay, how would you rate Catherine?
Oh, strong 4.
Strong 4, so less than okay. Wow, that's controversial. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being excellent and 5 being, oh my God, how would you rate me?
Wait, did you switch the scale around?
Yes, he did.
The scale is, it's just how
a win-win for Iain.
It's just how the scale is presented. Okay, I didn't write the scale, it's just how it's done. 1 to 5, please, Georgie.
2.
2, so that's bloody excellent. Okay, fine. And is there anything that you would like to hear more of? There's no scale here. This one is entirely open to your interpretation. What would you like to hear more of on the show?
Well, more female callers seems to be the obvious answer.
I don't know if we can get more female callers because we've got. It's now that
We're up to our eyes in birds.
All right, Alfie. It's on my switchboard. This is unprecedented. It's 5 women to 2 men.
God,
which is incredible.
It's like university all over again.
I don't know if it's. I don't know. What have you got planned this weekend, Georgie? Because now because we're approaching Christmas now. It's like Christmas weekend. Have you got anything exciting planned?
Tomorrow I'm meeting up with some friends, which means that I can't listen to the show, which I was quite annoyed about, to be honest.
That's okay. Well, there's always a podcast where you can take a little portable radio with you and put your earphones in.
Or ditch your friends. You don't need them anymore.
Who are those losers, anyway? Okay. Anything else exciting planned?
Seeing some family friends on Saturday, and I've got to work on Sunday.
You're working Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Are you Father Christmas?
Idiot.
Yes, but don't tell anyone.
My boss here, Denny, who's a nice bloke, but he's also a pudding, he tried to get me to work Sunday to fill in for James Whale on Sunday morning, 11 till 2 or whatever it is, and I went, mate, it's Christmas Eve. Are you joking? He said, yeah, but you've been away for 5 weeks, and we let you have 5 weeks off. You could do a bit of... I said, yeah, but it's Christmas Eve. He said, yeah, but... I said, no.
Got small children.
Yeah, so, no. How old are you, Georgie?
19.
So how does... 19. How does Christmas work for you? Is it... Because you've obviously... I hope that's booze you're miming, Catherine, pouring into your mouth. Catherine is miming, I'm assuming, 2 bottles of booze.
That's what my 19-year-old Christmas was like.
Because I remember Christmas as a kid, and I remember Christmas as an adult. But the teenagers, probably because of the booze, I struggle to remember. Is it fun? Is it? Are you you got to sit with your mum and dad? Is it a bit dull? What is Christmas like?
Oh no, I've always liked Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as excited this year though. I think that's just called getting old.
Yeah, I think it is getting old at 19. Flippin' heck! Blimey! Georgie, I'm glad you found us. Do please keep listening, and if your friends were real friends, then they would let you listen to the radio instead of hanging out with them. Have a lovely Christmas.
Thank you, you too.
Ta-ta, bye-bye, there we go.
She has raised a serious point, though.
Yeah.
You know, we're attracting all these youngsters.
Yes.
We might as well forget about Friday nights. They'll all be out.
Oh yeah, we'll just get the usual callers calling in. We'll go to Hayden in a minute because he's 9 and he's probably got to go to bed. Then we've got and get up early and do a paper round, and then we've got Elizabeth and Nina and Amanda and Joe. This is an action-packed show. 0344 499 1000. We've got stuff to talk about. This is just kind of the warm-up area of the show. My name's Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
It's a busy old show this evening. Let's go to Hayden. Good evening, Hayden.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Hayden. How you doing, man?
Good.
Oh, sorry, my computer was doing something. I don't know what. What would you like to know this evening, young man?
Well,
yes.
I have a few more questions that I didn't ask yesterday.
Are you sure you're not Keith Harris doing a voice?
No.
Okay.
Keith Harris is dead.
I can't. You can. I can't. I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't.
You can.
I can't. Keith Harris was Britain's greatest ventriloquist. The world's greatest ventriloquist. Sadly, no longer with us. And it's a shame because I like Keith Harris. Liked him. But anyway, for a second I thought you might be him from beyond the grave, but you're not. Okay, fine. Hayden, away you go.
So, the first one, how did you feel getting into the final 3 people?
That's an excellent question. I felt beyond thrilled getting into the final 3. Hayden, you're not a reporter for the Daily Star, are you?
No.
Because I bet this pops up in the Daily Star tomorrow. I was beyond thrilled getting into the final 3. I kind of did sort of maths in my head, and there was a point when I thought I could get to the final 5. But getting to the final 3 was a wonderful, wonderful surprise and a treat. So I was thrilled.
Yeah, it must have been really good.
Although I thought Jenny would get to the final 3 and I would get voted out number 4. That's what I was expecting.
I thought Amir was going to be one of the final 3.
I thought Amir was going to win it until I realised he was a bit of a scumbag. I'm joking, guys. I am joking. Until I realised he was a bit of a snake. That's not a joke.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, next one.
Yes, sir.
Were you nervous when you first got into the jungle?
I was really, really nervous when I first got into the jungle. And that's if you watch that bit where I walk out and all the campmates are there and I meet Kez for the first time. That's why I said something really silly. And I was absolutely terrified, yes. But more nervous than I've ever been.
Yeah. I would have been really nervous.
Oh, man, it was terrifying, dude. It was terrifying. Here's a fact. Here's a fun fact for you guys. And this is absolutely true. I was sat round the back of that set where I walked out for about an hour and a half, right? Maybe not, about an hour and a half. And in that hour and a half, I did 15 wee-wees. I was so nervous. I just kept getting up and going for a wee. I was so nervous. So, yes, that's how nervous I was.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the next one is, what was your favourite and least favourite trials?
My favourite... do you know what? Here's the thing. My favourite and least favourite trials were both the high wire one, the one where I was up on the rocket, because it was terrifying. Oh, yeah. It was terrifying, and I really, really hate heights. Really hate heights. But also it's my favourite because I did it, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. So that's why, yes.
Yeah, and then I don't have many questions, so this is the last one.
Okay, Hayden.
So...
Yes?
What was the worst food in the food one? Like, in the food trial?
Oh, it was the camel's brains, without a shadow of a doubt. The camel's brains, because it was a big one. The others were quite small. It was a big one. The texture was like... my boy described it today... like meaty jelly, but not like the jelly you get in meat, like normal jelly, but meat flavoured. And it was rank, and if I think about it now, I feel something rising in the back of my throat. It was flipping horrendous, mate. Don't ever eat camel. I'd have 10 pigs Lady Willies over one camel's brains any day of the week.
Yeah, the pig's Lady Willy looks very yuck.
It was, I'm just doing the jokes in my head. There we go.
Yuck, it was yuck.
It was yuck. Hayden, excellent questions as always, my friend. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Tatty bye. Tatty bye. The best questions. Definitely a Daily Star reporter.
Of course.
Everything I say on this show ends up in the Daily Star.
Yeah.
Everything I say. Although they've not picked up on the fact that Amir's threatened me with legal action if I contact him again, which is, I thought was a little bit tense. Let's go to Francesca. Good evening, Francesca.
Hello.
Hello, Francesca. You're live on Talk Radio. How can we help you this evening?
That was fast.
Yeah, I know. We don't mess around here. No messing around.
No, you're really fast.
Yep.
So, thanks for answering my call.
That's okay. It's kind of our job is to answer these calls, and if we didn't, it would be rude of us to give out the phone number.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for talking about like mental health on Mr. Leg, because I'm 17 myself, and I think it's really important. Really important. So.
Yeah. How's are you saying that because it's affecting you personally, or it's affecting your friends, or what?
I think everyone. I think me personally as well, but I think I know all of my friends as well. A lot of people I know my age. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important for older people, especially, to talk about it.
Yeah. Can I ask why you think it's important for older people to talk about it? And I mean that sincerely. I hope that doesn't sound patronising, but I'm kind of curious because I'm an old man, and so I'm just wondering why a 17-year-old young lady would think would say that it was important for a middle-aged bloke to talk about it.
Because I think even at 17, we still look up to older people and think, and if they don't talk about it, we still think it's not. Yeah. I don't know, that kind of thing. Like, that it's not good to talk about it, or it's something to, hide away. And I think when older people talk about it, and especially on a TV programme like you were on, I think that was really important.
And do you and your friends, do you and your friends feel comfortable talking about this kind of stuff?
I mean, kind of. I mean, not fully. I mean, bits and bobs, but not completely.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think back to when I was 17. It was a little bit more recent for you, Catherine, than it was for me.
Yes.
And I don't really remember it ever being talked about with my friends. Talked about it a bit more at college and stuff when I was sort of 20, 21.
No, it was still quite taboo, wasn't it, when we were growing up? I remember my mum telling me about a family member of hers who'd a young lad who'd killed himself back in the 70s because he had no one to talk to. And so my mum always kind of brought us up to express ourselves, really. I think because of that lesson that she learned really early on. But it was unusual, and you certainly, I don't know, we certainly weren't thinking about whether it would be something we'd need to take to the doctors or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It was...
Yeah.
I remember going to see at the family GP when I was about 16, 17 to say, I don't feel right. And basically Prozac had just come out, and I fancied a bit of that. And I went and said, look, I feel lousy, and I feel really lonely, and I feel isolated, and I feel depressed, and I feel like I want to die. And his advice, Dr. Mason, he's dead now. He was old school GP. His advice was, why don't you keep a diary? And I was like, whatever. Yes, no, there wasn't kind of much help. I had another thing I was going to say, and you just reminded me, there was a girl at our school killed herself, Indian girl, and I point that out because part of the reason that it was suspected was that it was got to phrase this carefully, it was suspected that within the Indian community that perhaps extreme pressure was put on children to do well. I don't want to for a second suggest that was what happened in that family, because I don't know anything about it, but a girl in our year killed herself. And it kind of came out of nowhere, and we were all just blown away by it, by the fact that someone could do it.
Tell you what was amazing.
Always the people that you never think it will be. You know,
completely.
I'll tell you what I was amazed by, though. My eldest is 9, and she's just gone up to middle school, and they've got a school counsellor.
Right, really?
So
brilliant.
when we did the school tour, they said, so this is Mrs. I can't remember what her name is, his room, and you look through, and it was a really sort of comfortable, looked like a sort of living room type thing, where the kids could go in there and talk. And they said, so kids whose parents are breaking up or go through a bereavement or something like that, will kind of just gently nudge them towards coming and having a chat.
Yeah.
Or they can come and seek us out. I think it's great that they're even thinking that way. It certainly wasn't that way.
It is important.
When I went to my niece's primary school in New Zealand, and I went and met the teachers, because the teachers had heard a lot about me, and I wanted to go and meet them, and they were absolutely delightful. And they were telling me, so this is for 10-year-olds, they were telling me that they do mindfulness once a week.
Wow.
Isn't that great? And I said, have you been doing...
Fantastic.
I said, have you been doing it for long? They went, no, we've only been doing it for, I think, maybe a couple of terms. And I said, have you noticed any difference? And they said, yeah, they don't do it all the time, but after a few weeks of it, they feel like the vibe in the classroom just getting a little bit calmer. Isn't that incredible? Mindfulness, at the age of 10.
I think it's really interesting that physical health is compulsory, but mental health education's not. I think that's the problem in schools nowadays, that they take so much focus on, yes, you need to be fit and healthy, but your mind's the most important thing at the end of the day.
It is, and it's all part. It is actually, your mind is a physical thing as well. Hopefully, by the time you have kids, there'll be no kind of separation between mental health and physical health, because it's all connected. We're machines,
Wow.
So. And I was thinking about, you saying that 10-year-olds being looked after and talking about mindfulness and stuff. I had a horrible time when I was 10. We moved and I had a horrible 2 years. And I remember my parents finding a note that I'd written saying I wished I was dead.
Yeah. Oh,
God. And looking back now, I think, God, I could have done with just someone to talk to,
Yeah. I mean, a diary's good, but a physical person, maybe like an older individual, is really important, I think.
Yep.
Especially the younger children, So I just wanted to thank you for...
Hey, nice one, Francesca. Well, thank you for phoning in. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Cheers. Speak to you later on.
Thank you.
Ta-ta, bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. What lovely calls we are getting. We've got Amanda, we've got Jerry, Nick, we've got loads of people, so I'm not even going to give out the phone number. I'm Iain Lee, this is Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Let's go to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello.
Hello, Jerry. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, right. Good to hear you back.
I've got a frog in my throat. I do apologise.
I had a fall today.
There we go. You what?
Had a fall today.
Uh-oh.
No.
What happened, man?
I was carrying my coma back and the surface floor changed and tripped over myself. Coma went flying everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Like a dirty protester.
Oi, whoa! Wowzers! Hi, Chihuahua!
Some screwed on people here. Some 17-year-olds have got their heads screwed on now.
I know, isn't it? The 15, 16, 17-year-olds we've had calling in the last 4 nights. I think what a mess I was at that age. And who knows what's going on underneath the water? You know, it's that thing of the swan looks all graceful underneath. Yeah. It's going la. So who knows what's going on with those young people? But they certainly sound like they're a lot more clued up than I was 25, 30 years ago.
The levels of kind of emotional intelligence are high, aren't they?
They are high indeed. Whereas I was just high at that age. So well done, guys.
Drunk and getting drunk in the park.
Who? What?
Getting drunk in the park.
We used to get drunk over Stoke Park or Upton Park, and bottle of Thunderbird, and dark days.
I never did that. It was always parties.
Oh no.
They're saying that's suicide.
Yes.
It's horrible. I had 3 people commit suicide.
Yep.
It's terrible.
It sucks, man. It absolutely sucks.
Just this real good friend. I had 2 real good friends do the same way.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is poor souls that they felt that was the best option. That's it's sad, man. It's very sad.
Just so I was drinking, don't really want to say much.
Okay, well, I'm going to cut you off then, Jerry.
Thank you.
Up yours. There we go. It's gone. You see. Pick a line, Catherine, between 2 and 8.
5.
Not 5, because that was Jerry.
3.
There we go. Number 3 is Nina. Good evening, Nina.
Oh, hi.
What we're going to do is we're going to name songs that have got Nina in.
Nina, Pretty Ballerina.
Right.
Who's that by?
ABBA.
Okay.
That's my song. That's what everyone always sings to me.
Okay, well, doesn't everybody sing to you, her name was Nina from Argentina?
No, they're not as old as you.
That one, actually,
Nina by Noel Coward. Any others? Any more? There's got to be. Nina's a good song, good song name, isn't it? Nina. 0344 499 1000. If you know songs with the word Nina in, the name Nina even, then we're giving away £1 million to the one I think is the best.
Do you know what? It's good for gangster tunes, because Nina means gun.
Nina means gun, does it?
Yeah, Nina, yeah.
Your slang for a gun. I'm going to get my hands on a Nina. That's
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
a 9-inch gun, yeah.
Like a niner.
Yes.
We're not going to embarrass ourselves next time we have to do a gangster rap-off.
Well, the next time I go and buy some guns. I'm just going in and asking for guns. I'm going to go in and ask for a couple of Ninas now. Make me sound a lot cooler.
And they'll say, we thought you were just some middle-aged white guy. We didn't realise you were a player.
I'm a tough guy, and people on Periscope are suggesting songs. Those aren't Nina. Wasn't Nina the singer of 99 Red Balloons? Yes, but that was the name of the singer, not the song. And there's a huge difference between...
Nina Pearson from Cardigans. She was great.
Famous Ninas. All right, let's have a game. Look, Nina, we're going to start a game of Nina Poker. I'll go first. Nina from the Cardigans.
Oh.
Catherine?
Nina Mishkov.
OK, Nina?
Nina Nana.
Oh! I think she might have won with that.
I think she might have. All right, Nina from 99 Luftballonen.
Was she called Nina?
Yes, she was, yeah. You'll go, Catherine.
Nina... Pretty Ballerina.
We'll let you have that one, but I don't know why. Nina?
Nina Simone.
Oh! She knows her Ninas.
I'm going to say one quickly, and then we're just going to move on. Nina Zavaroni, your turn.
No.
Nina Zavaroni.
Lena.
Nina.
No, Lena.
Nina.
Are you asking me?
No.
Nina Kravitz.
Oh.
Nina Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz's kid's called Nina.
Shut the front door.
It's true.
Nina? No, I am asking you.
I'm all out of Ninas. I don't know anymore.
OK, I'll go Nina Conti.
Oh.
It's a ventriloquist themed show tonight.
Will you stop looking at Twitter and cheating?
Yeah. Go on, your turn.
If you put a little Spanish accent over the central N,
yes.
that means little girl, niña.
OK.
Yes, it does, yeah.
All right, fine, but...
so, all Spanish little girls.
All right, Nina Cherry?
No.
Anyway, Nina, you've really dragged us down to your level. You're coming on with your gangster rap jive. So what have you got for us this evening?
Well, I just wanted to ring you, basically, because I haven't spoken to you since I was 11, and I'm now 23.
Flipping it! All right, blimey!
You won't remember.
How to make someone feel old. So what did we speak about when you were 11?
You were on LBC.
Yeah.
And you were asking about slang and all the new words, and I explained to you what a neek was.
What was?
A neek.
A leak?
A neek.
A neek?
With an N.
Oh, you were obviously paying attention.
Hang on, what is a neek? What is a neek?
It is a cross between a nerd and a geek. That's where it comes from.
I want you to call me up every 12 years and tell me what a neek is, please. And so we'll speak when you're 34. Wow, that was I remember that call. It was one of my favourite ever calls of all time.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I've got it as my ringtone.
You liar.
I actually have it recorded.
Do you? You've not got it there, have you?
Not with me, no.
Oh, mate.
Dad does.
If you can find it and send it to me, we'll play it.
Oh, amazing. I'll try to.
Yes.
But I'm not sure.
See if you can find it. See if you can work out how to
But
do
it's
it.
on a tape, isn't it?
Well, yeah, okay.
Probably.
There are ways to convert a cassette to digital WAVs and MP3s.
Listen to you.
What? I'm computer literate.
Digital WAVs.
Digital WAVs, yeah, of course. What would you call it? Digital Windows automatic video files.
That's a WAV file, yeah.
WAVs,
I wouldn't call
yeah.
it a digital WAV.
WAVs. Digital WAVs.
Plum.
Digital plum. Well, Nina, how's life been since you were 11?
Ups and downs, it's just life. No, but I have actually listened to you for all of this time.
Wow.
And when you went into the jungle,
Yep.
I was ecstatic. And I was like, right, I'm putting a bet on he's going to win.
Oh.
Yeah, I did
So
that.
you were 40-1.
Yeah. Oh.
So I put on a tenner.
Oh.
So I'm out, I don't know, 400 quid.
Well, no, this is the thing. Loads of people bet on me, but only one person has come up to me and said, you won me 250 quid because I put a bet on each way. And so you should have all put bets on each way. Because you'd have made
too much faith, Ian.
Well, you were a sucker. Of course I wasn't going to win that. Well,
and then my boyfriend,
Yes.
he put on a bet for you to be the last man standing. But you weren't.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to be careful what I say because the Daily Star are listening, but a lot of people were... Yeah, anyway. Well, Nina, you may be one of the most infrequent callers in my radio career, but I'm going to say you're one of the best.
She's the most consistent listener.
Both calls have just given us 100% content, and that can't be said about a lot of the other callers we get on this show.
And slang education, that's what you've had.
Slang education. You are our slang education correspondent, Nina.
Speak to you in another 11 years?
Yeah, probably.
Speak to you later, Nina. Ta-ta.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. What a lazy caller she was. I didn't want to say it to her face.
It's millennials.
But so lazy. One call every 11, 12 years. Unbelievable. What's that? That is why we've got... It's all Polish people picking our fruit. Because of Nina. Nina's attitude is the reason that once we leave Europe, we ain't going to get any coffees in Starbucks. The old people aren't going to get their backsides wiped in the hospitals, and we're going to have fresh fruit.
I would go further.
Yeah?
Nina is the reason Trump won.
Oh, God. Nina is responsible for the rise of the far right.
She totally is.
Nina is why we have Farage. Mm-hmm. Nina is worse than Farage. Nina is worse than the National Front. I'm saying it. I'm calling it out.
Good for you.
Yes,
That time someone said what we're all thinking.
It's because of Nina we have Breitbart. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee.
On Talk Radio.
Let's go to Katie. Good evening, Katie.
Oh my God! Hello.
What is this?
I didn't realise I was going to get put through so quickly.
Right. Look, what we have to do.
And then that bloke that picks up the phone.
Yes. What did he say?
Like, Hi, Katie. And I was thinking, great. So you know now as to who I am.
Yes. Well, we know your name, Katie. We know exactly where you live. We know what you're wearing. We know we have to run checks on everybody that calls in. Otherwise it's unfair. So we know everything about you, Katie. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
God, why am I ringing in?
I don't know. You're ringing in. You tell me.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone, Katie. It's not worth it.
Is it? So I made the mistake of listening to the podcast, which I shouldn't have done because I hate the sound of my own voice.
Yes.
So it was really not pleasant.
Yes.
But...
What is your why?
But listening to it back...
Yes.
I still think that you were extremely harsh to that bloke.
Oh, right? I love you for calling in and saying that. Well done.
Did you listen to it back?
No, of course I didn't listen to it back.
Okay.
I can't listen to it again.
Right, well, because you did say to that poor bloke...
This is great. I love her for calling back. Well done. Well done.
You did say to that poor bloke back...
Yes. Yes.
Your mummy, and I say mummy because you were like last night...
Yes.
I did not say that.
Okay.
I didn't say the word mummy.
Okay.
You said...
Yes.
What did you say?
No, I don't... You don't know. I don't know.
No, I do know, actually.
Go on.
You said...
Take your time. It's not 12:30 now, so it's 11:15. So this is prime.
Yeah,
this is prime time for you now. Prime time.
You can put me on that podcast again.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
Not that I need your permission, but you're in.
Don't leave it. This is great that she's called back. I love that she's called back. This is brilliant.
Take that back.
Too late.
Yes, so you were quite cruel. I thought you were mean.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Of course you do.
But no. But
why you need to.
No.
Listen to it back.
I'm never going to listen back to it because I know it wasn't cruel.
Well,
but
you
you think
have to.
no, I don't. What? No, hang on. What? No, I don't.
Well, no, of course you don't.
Thank
you
you
can
very
do
much.
what you want.
But what is your why?
Do you know what? On that podcast,
yes,
I thought that you were taking a bit of a mick, and you were about that.
Okay.
But let me say
I
this
love
about
the way you're telling me exactly
why.
what I was thinking and doing. You're wrong on so many levels, but this is great you've called back. But what is your why?
Right.
Yes.
I will say this.
Okay.
If more reversed, stopped,
What?
and asked why,
What?
the world would be a better place.
That is, you talk such bollocks, but I love the bollocks that you speak, because you're just talking nonsense now, but it's wonderful.
Vardy should have asked why. She should have asked why.
Why are you being so aggressive? Why don't you use her first name? It's aggressive to use her last name.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're taking the mick out of her by just using her last name. Rebecca Vardy, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rebecca Vardy.
You can give it, but you don't like it when I stick up for myself, and I find that endlessly fascinating.
You've got me all wrong.
No, I haven't. Listen, you phoned up and accused me of something that isn't true, and you're defending yourself, which is wonderful. I'm so pleased you phoned back. Genuinely pleased you phoned back. But I'm not going to passively sit here and take it.
But I'm not even having a go at you.
Well, you are, because you are. You're basically saying that I'm lying to you by my attitude and by what I actually intend. And you're saying that I was taking the mick, and I wasn't at all. But you're being slightly aggressive, so I'm defending myself, and you're getting upset that I'm defending myself.
No, it's just because I really don't like phones.
But then stop phoning, Katie! You're the one that's picking up the phone!
I know, it's really sad, isn't it?
No, it's not sad. It's great you've called back in. I love the fact you've called back in.
It takes an awful lot of strength.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you've done it.
Well, it does for me.
No, I know it does, and I'm glad you've done it. I don't know how much easier I can make it for you, because I'm really making it as easy as I possibly can for you. I don't know what more I can do, apart from going, yes, you're absolutely right, and I humbly apologise.
Right,
Yes.
so I just felt as though that guy
Yes.
was just ringing up
Yeah.
to also ask why.
Right.
Okay, and I felt as though you didn't really get what it was that he was trying to say. And I also felt as though you just seemed to twist his point.
You're wrong, but thank you. But you're wrong, but thank you
for. You say wrong.
No, because no, Katie, listen, because you're telling me what I thought, and you're telling me what I felt, and you are wrong. That's not what I thought.
No, I'm not.
No.
I am.
Yes. No, you are. You're telling me I was taking the mick and that I was twisting his words. Okay, I was not taking the mick. I was not twisting his words. But thank you for.
If you were to listen to it back, then you kind of put words into his mouth.
Katie, you're quite rude, aren't you?
I'm not actually.
Well,
no.
you are, because you're not listening to me, and you're stating things about me that are simply not true. And every time I say that they are not true, you ignore me.
Because
I'm bending over backwards. I'm bending over backwards to make this phone call welcoming to you, despite the fact that you're being rude to me and my team. And I'm really bending over.
Team at all.
Well, you are. You're telling my producer what she can and can't put in the podcast. And I am bending over.
No,
I am bending over. Let me finish a point. Let me finish a point. Let me finish a point.
Sorry.
And I am bending over backwards to make you feel welcome, and you're basically sticking two fingers up in my face.
I am completely not.
Yes, you. Well, that's what. Okay, I am bending over backwards. I am bending. I'm going to rephrase it then, because I listen and I respond, unlike you. I am bending over backwards to make you feel welcome, and it feels like to me you are making me feel like you are sticking two fingers up in my face.
No, I'm really not.
No. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. You are making. Listen to what I said, Katie. You are making me feel like, whether you intend to or not, you are making me feel like you are sticking two fingers up in my face.
Okay. And I said that I was sorry if I made you feel like that.
No, you didn't. You've not said that.
Oh, I've just said it now.
Well done.
Thanks. I've completely lost what I was ringing up to say.
You were phoning up to bollock me?
No,
yes,
I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Actually, I was just ringing because I listened to the podcast back, and I still really felt that guy was trying to make some kind of a point.
Okay, well, we disagree on that. That's great.
Okay. But also, you are asking why more women don't phone in.
But what is your why? I wasn't asking why women don't phone in on last night's show.
You said that you would like more women.
No.
To phone in.
No, no, because this week we've had more women phoning in.
Yeah.
I've asked in the past why more women don't phone in.
Yeah, you've asked why.
But what is your why?
You see, is that not taking the mick?
It is taking the mick, because you're being really rude to me, and I'm getting bored of this now. I've been so generous to you, Katie, and you're talking rubbish. I can't see how wanting more women to phone in is even vaguely controversial. I don't understand it.
Because for me, I just find it really hard to see why.
But what is your why?
Because it's neither here nor
to you it's not.
There.
To me it is. Guess what? It's my radio show, so to me it's really important. No, they don't. Women don't think like men. What a ridiculously dumb and facile thing to say. Well, it's the second time you've said it, and it's dumb. It's a dumb thing to say. Women think like men. That's dumb.
Say that is why women don't ring in.
No, but they are. No, but Katie, they are. I'm not calling women dumb. Katie, I'm not calling women dumb. I'm calling that statement. No, I'm not. I'm calling that statement dumb. You've made that statement twice. You've made that statement twice in two phone calls. It's a dumb statement. And guess what? Women are phoning in now. That's what I was saying. So you've just contradicted yourself.
Oh, I don't need this. I don't know why I'm ringing in.
What is your why? What's going on in your life, Katie? I suspect that it's not that me talking about women phoning in isn't what's really bothering you. What's really bothering you?
It's fine.
Well, no, there's obviously something bothering you, and I can't believe you're getting this upset about some idiot on the radio. So what's really going on with you?
I would just like this to not go on the podcast.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You phone up... We won't put this call in the podcast, but if you phone up the radio show, it's our property and it gets broadcast to the nation. But what's really bothering you?
I won't do it again. Thanks a lot.
No, but, Katie, what's really bothering you? No, she's gone. Well, I tried there. I can't believe she's getting that upset about the thing. And I bent over backwards there to make her feel welcome. Genuinely pleased that she phoned in. But what can I do? I'm going to stick up for myself, and I completely disagree with her premise. Amanda, Ali, Sam, Elizabeth, Andre, oh God, Sarah and Joe, stay there. We will come to you in a little bit, dear listener. 0344 499 1000, sending out lots of love and positive vibes to Katie, because I suspect there's something going on in her world that isn't just a silly late-night radio show. I can't imagine people on Periscope saying, don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. She's obviously got something there, and, if she wants to talk about that, she'd be more than welcome to. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio with me, Iain Lee. Don't forget you can listen to us on DAB by downloading the Talk Radio app or by going to talkradio.co.uk.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
For the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wild. I can hear you through the wire, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. Vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than one year. And I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line.
Yeah, that's something else, isn't it? That is brilliant. That is Little Big Town when I was in Australia and I was in lockdown and I was locked in a hotel room for a week and a half, I watched a load of old rubbish on TV, including loads of episodes of Happy Days. And I was fortunate enough to catch the episode where Susie Quattro's in it, as Susie Quattro's name.
Oh.
Come on.
Leather Tuscadero.
Leather Tuscadero. Also, the rather sappy episode where Fonzie had to go to hospital and have his tonsils removed. He ended up in a children's ward. That was weird. And but I also watched the Country Music Awards, right? I thought, I'll watch this. And there was some brilliant stuff on there, including that Little Big Town with Jimmy Webb doing Wichita Alignment. I thought it was stunning. I'd never heard of this Little Big Town, and they're now one of my favourites. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Don't try and call, because literally every single line is full at the moment. So I'm going to try and get through as many of these as we can, as quickly as we can. Good evening, Elizabeth.
Hello, Ian. How are you, darling?
I am very well, Elizabeth. How are you, my love?
I'm very well, sweetheart. The reason why I called in is I've just got to praise you and give you so much credit.
Hang on, is your radio on?
No, darling, no.
Where's that? There's a strange echo on the line. Oh, well, that doesn't...
Hold on. Is that any better?
What? No, if anything, it's significantly worse. Give your phone a hit. Hit your phone.
Yeah, I'm hitting my phone.
Yep. Keep on doing it. Just because I like the sound of it. that sounds better. Right, we're in.
Yay. Yeah, the reason I gave you a call tonight was to give you so much credit. I am so proud of you. Oh. And for mentioning about mental health and putting the awareness out there. Thank you so much from so many people who suffer. I am a fellow sufferer. So I've been there, done that, and survived.
Well, good for you. Well done. I always wonder if I reveal too much of myself. But I've had lots of nice people like yourself, Elizabeth, and others who are getting in touch and, saying nice things for the silly things that I've said. So, thank you very much, Elizabeth.
It's meant from the heart, darling. Thank you so much, Ian.
Cheers, my dears. Ta-ta.
Take care. Bye-bye, love.
Bye-bye. Listen, if Katie's listening, I think there is, I don't want Katie to feel bad, because I was genuinely thrilled that she'd phoned us back, okay? But I felt that I made her feel much more welcome than perhaps I would normally have done to someone who had stuff like that before. But I tell you what, it was the thing of criticising me for something that I don't think I'd done, and then when I defended myself and then pointed out perhaps a flaw in her argument, offence was taken that I would send something back the other way.
It felt personal, didn't it?
I don't think that she was really offended by either the way I treated that caller, or maybe she was, or the premise that I would like more. I've always wanted more female callers. I suspect, Katie, and if I'm prying too much, then you tell me to jog on. I suspect that there may be something else going on in her world, in her sphere, in her life, and that being upset with the bloke that she voted for in the jungle because he's not quite the way that she thought he was going to be is like a really good conduit for the other. You know, it's a way of ignoring the other stuff that's going on, and she can focus on me. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I don't know. So many calls. Sarah's been there for ages. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
You sound surprised, almost as if your name isn't really Sarah.
Well, yeah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much indeed. What have you got for us?
No, just because you were saying at the beginning of the show, who's, got, a story about, I don't know, being drunk or high at work.
This is a proper phone-in. Who's ever been drunk or high at work? Let us know. What's happened to you?
Well, I wasn't drunk, and I wasn't, high on, illegal drugs. It was more prescription drugs.
There we go. That all counts. It all counts.
Yeah, and basically, I've got loads of different health problems.
Yep.
Before, they pinpointed stuff, I was just in a lot of pain, so I was taking loads of medication, went into work, and I had a bar job. And it was just the most awkward session, like the most awkward thing I've ever done. It was just like loads of the lads shouting orders like, I want a beer, I want this, I want that.
Yeah.
And I was so spaced out and away with it that it just all went over my head.
Yes.
And then I got told to go and change the beer barrel, which did not end well. Basically, it just all... Yeah, I didn't change it well, and I just got covered in beer. And I had to go back up looking like a drenched rat. And when I say the whole bar just laughed at me, and the worst thing was I had to stay until the end of my shift.
Oh, no.
And I don't like beer, and I stank of beer. So, and it's just, this is what I mean, like prescription drugs.
So what, were you on, like, painkillers or something?
Yeah, I'm on so many different tablets.
Yeah.
I've got loads of different health problems.
Oh, my God.
And
you rattle when you walk.
Yeah, basically.
Brilliant.
And it was just quite a funny... Well, it wasn't funny for me
So
then,
wait, so what? So you were. What was? How were you feeling then? Were you kind of like in a slightly dreamy sort of state, and your hands weren't doing your bidding?
Yeah, I felt stoned.
Wow.
I felt stoned, spaced out. I just felt, oh my God, it was just so funny, and it's happened to me so many times where I've been on tablets, and it's just messed me up basically. But other people find it really funny.
Yeah, well, listen, of course they do, Sarah. And I'm finding that story of you being hosed down by light ale. I'm finding that very amusing myself.
Exactly. So, and also I just wanted to say, thank you for bringing awareness to like mental health and stuff. And I think you're doing a really good thing. And even just today, I was in a shop and they were talking about you.
No.
And yeah, and I just think it's really good. We need more people to kind of talk about it, because it's like kind of like a bit of like a secret club. Like people in it, and
secret handshake.
No one actually knows much about me in that sense. They just think I'm all happy, but in the inside.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're bringing all that awareness. So thank you for that, basically.
Well, Sarah, thank you for that, and keep up the stoned bar work. It sounds like you're providing national entertainment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah.
It's
Cheers
really
with this.
good.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
So I was on Loose Women today. Imagine that. I was on Loose Women. I'm living the ITV dream. I was on Loose Women, and I had to enter the studio by coming down a slide.
How long were you sitting at the top of that slide?
15 minutes. Because I had to get up for a shot, and then I couldn't get down, because it was just a kid's slide.
Yeah.
It was a cheap kid's slide.
My bum doesn't fit down a kid's slide.
And the only way for me to get down was to slide down. I couldn't stand up, I couldn't climb off the edge, and to come
Did you have to go one cheek?
Well, I went down, but also I had to lie back, because I kept saying, you've got to lie back, otherwise you'll crack your head.
Because you're going through the fireplace.
Chimney,
Yeah.
So I entered via, and I did it because they said Martin Kemp had done it. I thought, if Kempy's done it, I've got to do it.
But then you they had a crash mat there, but you pushed it away with your feet, I noticed.
The crash mat kind of, it went with its, with that. And then I went, and then suddenly I'm on the set of Loose Women, and there's Andrea, and there's Nadia, and there's Anne, and there's Jane, and I'm on Loose Women, and every time I looked, I didn't know where to put my hands, and if you watch for most of the interview, I'm looking up in the sky, because I couldn't look at them, because it was the weirdest thing, because it was like, I'm on Loose Women, and it was the strangest thing, and then I had to pour a bucket of cream over Joey Essex. What a sentence! Here's the thing, right, Joey Essex he thought he was going to get a cream pie in the face, and they were shaving foam, right?
Yep.
The pies were shaving foam. The bucket was double cream, because I smelt it.
But he thought he was just going to get one from Andrew McLean.
Yeah.
I did wonder about the paddling pool. I thought that might be overkill if there's just the one pie. Then I saw everyone getting a pie.
Everyone pied him.
And then you came out of the big advent calendar.
Yeah. So I came out of a big advent calendar, and I poured a bucket of double cream, and it stank all over Joey Essex, and I think he had a cold as well today. He wasn't feeling particularly well. So the poor lad, I was terrified, because that's my new suit jacket, right, and new jeans.
Did it get any?
No, I was terrified he was going to hug me, but he was a good sport, and we just elbowed each other. Poor lad. And then I went and filmed some stuff for TVAM, because I'm doing TVAM in the new year.
No, you're not. You're doing Good Morning Britain.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the 80s anymore.
Okay, I'm doing Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid. I'm doing that for 2 weeks. I had to go and film some stuff in Richard Arnold's dressing room. I had to deface some Richard Arnold pictures. Yeah, I did. I said, right, Richard, I'm just filling in for a couple of weeks. Don't panic. Listen, I've not got time to do any pictures, so I've got yours and I just drew a beard on them. So it was, and his dressing room's covered in pictures of him. There's a huge portrait of him.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the Richard Arnold shrine.
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm thrilled. And I went on the set of Good Morning Britain, and they said, right, you'll sit here, and you do 2 hits, one at 10 to 6, one at 10 to 7, one at 10 to 8, and Pierce will probably try and get you a bit, but you can stand up to him.
Yeah, but he's a pussycat, really, isn't he?
I'll flirt with him.
Exactly.
I'll zap him. Honestly, I have had the strangest, most wonderful day. I had Jenny Fizz from Coronation Street tweeting me saying I've sat down with a cup of tea ready to watch Iain, and then she WhatsApped me later on saying I thought I was so proud of you. Fizz, I've gone mainstream. I've gone mainstream, Kath. It's unbelievable.
Get you.
Unbelievable. It won't last. I'll balls it up somehow. I always tend to balls it up somehow. Actually, it was interesting. The studio they film Loose Women in is the old 11 o'clock show studio. And there were some people working there that I remembered, a cameraman and the floor manager, and I remembered them from 20 years ago.
Funny, full circle.
It really is, man. I had such a good day. And then I went back and fell asleep in front of the TV while the kids were watching Pokemon.
So this time around,
yes,
you know what not to do.
Let's just go through the list again.
Any of that.
Don't drink too much. Don't take drugs. Don't sleep around. Don't get into fights. Don't shout at people.
Don't be a brat, basically.
It's a big old list. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
All the phone lines are busy, so I'm not going to give out the phone number. Good evening, Amanda.
Hello, good evening. Hi.
Hello, Amanda. How are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you.
What have you got for us?
Well, I'd like to talk about the Serenity Prayer. I heard you say it when you were jumping for the big yellow star.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So, how many times did you say that when you were in there? Was it a saviour for you?
Oh, I lost count, Amanda. I was saying it all the flipping time. I said it I've said it about 4 times during that one trial, as I was sat in the rocket and it started going out, I was saying it. I said the Serenity Prayer all the time. For those who don't know it, the Serenity Prayer is dead simple and it's brilliant and it works. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And it works even if you're religious or if you're not religious or if you're spiritual or you're not spiritual. You can drop the word God if you want. But for me, it's just a really simple way of breaking things down. Because I worry about everything, Amanda. So it breaks down the things that I can do something about and the things that I can't do something about, and that's it. And it gives me a bit of strength to work on the ones that I can have some impact on. So I love it, and I said it a million times out loud, under my breath, in my head, while I was in that god awful place.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a real help for me throughout the years. And the first thing when I came on, I heard you. When I was listening, I heard you, talking about the alcohol thing and being drunk at work. And I've got one too many stories about that.
Oh, are you in recovery?
I am,
Good
over 7 years now.
Oh, congratulations! That's brilliant.
Yeah, I am. So one of the things I wanted to ask you was about the Samaritans, because I also saw you on the Loose Women today.
It's so funny, isn't it? Well, I've got no idea what's going on now, but yeah, I was.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, I phoned the Samaritans many years ago.
Yep.
And, it was the last place for me, before I went elsewhere, that I felt that I could phone in the middle of night.
Yep.
Because nobody else wanted to talk to me.
Yep.
I was that drunken dialer, and I was phoning all over the world. And the Samaritans spoke to me for, well over an hour the one night.
Yeah.
And I phoned back later and I got someone else. But someone told me recently when they phoned the Samaritans that they didn't get talked out of suicide. The person was talking to them about writing their will and making sure they had everything sorted so that if they did get to that point, they felt everything was sorted. And I just wondered what you thought about that. What was your experience like?
Well, OK, I don't want to cast aspersions on the person that you spoke to, but that strikes me as very, very strange, because from what I know about the Samaritans, and we've had people from the Samaritans on the show, and my mum was one a long time ago, is they're not allowed to give advice. Mm-hmm. They're not allowed to necessarily make suggestions. They are there to listen and to respond. So they can ask, how are you feeling? Do you think you're going, do you feel suicidal? Do you think you're going to act on it? How do you think people will react? They can ask those kind of things. But if it happened, then I think it was a freak occurrence. But I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised to hear that, is what I'm going to say, because I don't want to cast aspersions on your friend.
Yeah, okay. I have another wee question.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So earlier I was surprised when you said Amir had threatened legal action if you were to contact him again. What's that about?
Amir has sent me a message saying that if I contact him, he will take legal action.
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny old world. But how are you doing, man? How's Christmas looking for you? Because I know for us people that used to like a right old knees up, Christmas can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, no, well, I stay connected online and by the phone and Skype with all sorts of people all over the world.
Brilliant.
I do all sorts of things on Christmas Day, volunteering from my house.
Yeah.
But, I do it. So, yeah.
Oh, good for you. Well done.
I'm really grateful.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Just for today, hang in there, and Christmas is going to be a bit bumpy for me this year, but it's going to be all right. I'm not going to do any of the things that I would have done in the past, because there ain't no point in that.
No, definitely.
I'm throwing myself into work this year. I'm off Christmas Day and Boxing Day, then I'm just going to go nuts for work, because that's what's keeping me sane at the moment.
Yeah, keeping busy is important.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Hey, nice to talk to you, Amanda. Thank you. And I've got lots of people on Periscope. Oh, she's gone. No, she's gone. I've got lots of people on Periscope saying that she's got a lovely, soothing voice. Well, I agree. She had a very lovely, soothing voice, didn't she? Did you hear Amanda's voice?
I heard the tail end of it.
It was very...
Put the phone down. Did you upset?
There's another one I'm upset. No. Evening, Ali.
Hello there.
He's just clearing his throat. Ali's been waiting a while, and he wanted to.
I have, yeah.
I know. Apologies, Ali. I do apologise.
No worries.
Because we've got this phone system in front of me, right? So I can see. And about a year ago, it used to tell me how long the callers had been on hold for, and then about a year ago, for some reason, that feature disappeared. So I'm trying to remember the order that people called in.
Like a barman.
Yeah, I am, and it's I'm not getting it right at all, I'm afraid. So I apologise, Ali. I know you've been waiting for a while, but what have you got for us?
Well, it was for the Tory government and the cuts to your equipment.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Tory government's fault. I blame Boris.
Indeed.
Yes.
Anyway, by the way, Marillion did a track called Lady Nina on the B-side of Kayleigh.
Oh, the only Marillion song that I know, of course, Kayleigh, which is a great song. And there are loads of girls who I guess would be in their early 30s now called Kayleigh, aren't there?
Someone we used to work with called his little girl Kayleigh. She must be about 10.
Who?
Lee Agnew.
Did he? After the song?
Yeah, after the song.
Oh, good for him. Well done. Good for him. That's BBC Local Radio, finger on the pulse of... we probably only just started playing that song there. That's where that came from. Yeah, all right. No, nice one. Now, Marillion, I don't know anything about Marillion, Ali, do you?
Well, yeah, I used to... I liked it when Fish was in Marillion, but Fish left a few years ago now.
Oh, is Fish not in Marillion anymore?
I think he did.
No,
Fish isn't. Kathy's telling me Fish is dead.
Steve Howe or something.
Hang on a minute, Ali. Fish is telling... hang on, let me get this right. Catherine is telling me that Fish is dead.
You're joking?
Well, let's get
Let
this...
me check.
I don't want this to be Paul Weller died in a car crash, which went round about 20 years ago, so let's just... We're going to find out the latest...
I've not heard.
No.
No, I think he's still alive.
That's.
It won't be long, though.
Oh, flipping heck, Kath!
2017 was a harsh one.
You've upset me now, Kath.
Yeah, it's upset me. Don't put a hex on fish. Flipping it.
We've mentioned his name 3 times on this show.
So we do have a bit of a curse here. Now, we've got a lot of time.
I'm
for
sure
fish.
he was dead.
Shut up! Will you stop saying it, please? Anyway, right, Ali, what have you got for us? What fish is still alive?
Well, actually, I wanted to move on to that Farage bloke.
Oh yeah, go on.
Well, apparently,
yes,
he's going to when he leaves the European Union Parliament thing.
Yes,
he's going to get 2 pensions.
Oh, is he?
Now, I wondered if we could require him to live in Europe after Brexit rather than here.
Well, how would we require him to do that?
Well, I don't think we will in reality.
I mean, I think he's a human skid mark. You know, I have
Say what you mean.
I have very little time for the splitter, but I don't think we can exile him to Brussels as much as I'd like to.
Give him a bit of a taste of his own medicine from the other side.
He really is one of those guys, isn't he? One of those guys I want to give a karate chop to. Although I don't condone violence against anyone. I just say that if someone goes and karate chops in and says this is from Iain Lee, because that would be awful. Oh, the Daily Star are now going to... Iain Lee wants to murder fish and...
murder? You said karate chop. This is accelerated.
But I've got the 5 deadly fingers.
Oh, yeah.
So my karate chop would kill him. Oh, God, Daily Star, I don't want to kill... I don't want
Anybody.
to kill any... Well, no, that's not true. I do want to kill some people.
Don't point at me.
I want to kill wrong-uns. I don't want to kill anyone, Daily Star. Please, we're just having a little bit...
He would hire someone to do that.
Having a little bit of light-hearted murder bants. That's all this is, guys. This is all this is.
Anyway, the last thing is... Yes. This is the kind of more serious subject, but I'll make it quick. Right. Oh. I used to be a social worker in mental health.
Yes.
And basically, I had the specialist training to require people to go into hospital against their will.
Oh, blimey.
Now, because resources were so bad, and this was about 5 years ago, and then I've basically retired. Well, I was off sick, actually.
Yeah.
But basically, I don't do it anymore. And because of the lack of beds then, you actually had to go and assess people, and often they were quite ill.
Yeah.
And they didn't necessarily need hospitalisation at that point, but because of the lack of resources that you knew that they wouldn't get in the community...
Yeah.
You often felt forced to section them in order they would get a service. Because they were more likely to get a hospital bed if they were actually required to go into hospital.
And here's the thing, that was 5 years ago. You know It's significantly worse.
Yep.
It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Fun times.
Sorry, that's a bit of a serious issue.
No, I appreciate it, but I can spin it back. I'm being told by my sister that Fish's... Do you know Fish's real name, Ali?
Derek Dick.
Yay! Derek Dick! Come, I mean...
Wonder why he changed his name to Fish.
You know what would be really funny if he went into the jungle?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Because it would be Derek Dick eating dick.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed, Ali. On that bombshell, I think we'll say good evening to you, sir. Oh, what an attitude to life that man's got. Derek Dick.
I told your sister online that I had held back from telling you that for obvious reasons.
Derek Dick. Tomorrow's Daily Star, Iain loves dick. You should all follow my sister, by the way, at GlitterKitty70. She's very funny. I'm on Twitter as well. I know loads of you found me on Twitter, at Iain Lee, IAINLEE. Here's a surprise thing for you. Catherine is on Twitter, and her name is at Flippin, no G, Kath, with a K.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Flippin' Kath, because my mum hates me being called Kath, and if she found out about you, she'd go, Flippin' Kath!
There we go.
There you go.
Them's the jokes, guys. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Wowzers, these phones is crazy. Let's try Sandy. Good evening, Sandy.
Hello.
Hello, Sandy, yes.
Hello. I have a question about... So, you know when people ring up, do you ever assume or guess the age of the callers?
Yes, I do, yes.
How old do you think I am?
Here's the thing, right? I'm normally pretty good. Here's the thing. I've got a skill where I can guess some people's ages within 2 years, right? But I only do it when I feel really confident. I just get the thing. But I'm going to say you're 15.
Oh, I'm 17.
That's within 2 years. Within 2 years.
Okay, so I have a question about.
Yeah.
Well.
Go on.
Do you like Disney movies?
Do I like Disney movies?
Yeah.
Well, are you grooming me? I like some Disney movies. Yes. Do you include Pixar as part of Disney?
I guess so. Yeah.
Do you include the Star Wars movies as part of Disney?
God no.
Well, but Disney make the new Star Wars movies.
I know, they're so boring, and Disney's just so good.
Well, but they're made by Disney. New Star Wars is Disney.
What's your favourite Disney or Pixar or Star Wars film?
I can't. No, you put me on the spot, Kath. What's my favourite Disney or Pixar or Star Wars film?
You liked Up, didn't you?
I wouldn't say it was one of my favourites,
All right,
though. I thought Up was...
Inside Out, you thought was a grown-ups film.
Yeah, it's not a kiddies film. I like the look of Fernando.
What's that?
The Fernando, the bull movie.
Oh.
Never seen it.
Well, actually saying that, here's the thing. It's only coming out soon, and they've been trailing that all over the summer, which makes me think it's probably going to be a turkey.
I know which one you like.
Yeah, go on.
The one about that robot that's really boring at the start and then it goes good. Wall-E.
Wall-E?
Oh, Wall-E's good, yeah, I like Wall-E. I hope that clears things up for you. Is that what you want? What's your favourite Disney?
Toy Story.
No, Toy Story.
4.
Well, what's your favourite, Sandy?
My favourite's probably Tangled. You know, like Rapunzel. That's a good one.
Don't mention that. It's controversial here because I nicked Catherine's version of Tangled.
Yeah, and then it got scratched.
It got
and I had to
scratched,
buy a
yeah.
new one.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
My nan's favourite's Jungle Book.
I don't like those old ones. I think the old ones are
Really?
rubbish. Yeah, I think they're rubbish.
Oh my God.
Oh, I basically just punched your nan in the face, haven't I?
Don't. She's in hospital or something.
Not because of a punch to the face. It wasn't me. I can't do it retrospectively.
Tomorrow's Daily Star.
Oh no!
Hi to her. She's a big fan.
What's wrong with Nan? What's wrong with Nan?
Oh, she just had a spine operation.
Oh no! She's going to be in over Christmas.
She should be home tomorrow.
Oh God, she's good. Well, what's your Nan's name?
Sandra.
Sandra, listen, if you're coming home a couple of days before Christmas Day, you milk it, girl. Don't you get up for nothing. You get down in that comfy chair, you get your feet up on a puff, and you do not move there for 5 days. You get those cups of tea, those biscuits. You're having your roast dinner on your lap, my love.
Can I rewind a second?
Yes.
Past the puff.
Yes.
Sandra.
Yes.
And you're
Yes.
Sandy.
Yes.
Are you named
My
after
real name's Sandra.
Are you named after her?
Yes.
That's a bit weird.
Why?
It's not. My kids are named after their grandmas, their great grandmas.
Hey!
Hang on, who's that? Is that Mum drunk in the house?
That's Mum. That's Mum.
Mum's drunk, isn't she?
No, not.
She's got the advocate out already. And that's not supposed to open till the weekend.
It'll be gone by then.
No.
She's got those little chocolate
nanny
miniatures.
duties tonight. Nanny duties.
Okay, well, listen, but here's the thing. You said, Catherine, that your daughters were named after your great-grandmother.
Their great-grandmothers.
Okay, right, fine. Well, Sandy's named after her grandmother. That's one closer. That's one weirder.
Okay.
Yep, there's got to be, because yours is historical, hers is current.
Well, one was current at the time.
Well,
she
but
knew about it.
Yeah, but
historical.
Yeah, she's historical.
Wait, is your mum called Sandy?
No, her name's Honey.
Why am I laughing at that? Why am I laughing?
You're horrible.
No.
Turns out you're a horrible man.
Well, who's your mum named after then? Like bees?
Big stuff.
What?
Bee juice.
She said you're a really horrible man.
No, well, she's only saying that because she's drunk.
I was disagreeing.
Let me put Honey on, please.
Okay.
I'll speak to Honey.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Honey. I don't know if you heard, it was Catherine was being so rude about your name. I think Honey is such a sweet name. How lovely to be named after Bee Spittle.
After who?
Yep. So.
Bee Spittle. I love it.
So.
I love it. That's really fun. I've never heard that one before.
So is Sandra? Is Sandra your mum?
Sandra is my mum.
How is she doing? Is she going to be all right?
Yeah, well, I'm bloody hoping so.
Is she going to be?
I hope so.
I hope for the love of everything that is holy that she milks this all over Christmas, Sandy.
Oh, you know she will.
Honey, I want her to boss you guys around like there's no tomorrow.
She can. She does anyway.
Yeah, good. That's the way it should be. Well, listen, thank you so much for calling, honey. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you for the giggle. Cheers, sweetheart.
Lots of love to Sandra. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you all. Bye.
What a weird family.
I know. I've got an Auntie Sandra.
Yeah.
She's a bit weird.
Yeah, we're very strange family. Can we put a warning sign by their number, please? Just only go to if we're desperate for calls, because they...
Oh, the names.
Oh.
They were nice.
They were very nice, and Honey is a lovely name. You just don't hear it very often, do you? We used to have Honey that phoned us occasionally. Young
Yeah,
lady.
we did. And actually, there's generation sort of Jamie Oliver's kids' age. He's got a Honey, hasn't he?
Yes, I don't
When
know.
names started getting a little bit more...
Adventurous.
Yes.
Risque.
Yeah.
I
when
don't...
the Sarahs and Claires had kids.
Here's the thing, because names all go in... It's all cyclical, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I was younger, we would joke about, names like Edna and Edith and Doris.
I've got an Auntie Edna and all.
No, but they're making a comeback.
Well, not Edna. You don't get kids called Edna.
All right, but you get Edith and you get Doris.
Yes.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
So when is Kevin going to come back?
It'll come back when we're grandparents.
It will do.
It's our generation.
Yeah.
Because, like, the
Kevin
old
will
people's
come
homes
back.
will be full of Craigs and Sarahs and Claires.
Yep.
And it's all us lot.
Kevin.
There'll be a Kylie.
Will
named
make a
after her
comeback.
grandma.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Let's go to... it says Kerif here. Am I correct there, Kerif?
Hi, yeah.
Hey, nice to talk to you, Kerif. How you doing?
Surely
You
it's
all right?
Keris, isn't it?
Keris.
Kerif.
She's saying Keris with an S.
So, say it again.
Keris.
She's saying Kerith. Are you saying it with a TH or an F or an S?
No, an S.
An F. So
No, she said S.
She said F, mate. She said Kerif.
Keris. There isn't a... Keris is a lovely name. There isn't a Kerif.
Don't criticise...
Keris, you're with me, aren't you? You were Keris... C-A-R-Y-S.
No.
C-E-R-Y-S.
Boom.
Right, no, she said... What is the last letter?
S.
For sugar.
Or Freddie?
Yes.
F for Freddie?
No.
Say it again, then. So you're saying S for sugar?
Yes.
Say it, then.
Keris.
She's saying Kerif, though.
S and F sound very similar on the phone. It's an S.
No, when I say S, it sounds like an S.
It's definitely an S.
Yeah, an F.
She's had it a while. No, it's an S.
Yeah, just 19 years.
Okay, well, she's 19 years, she's not made her mind up. I've got to be honest, I love the Welsh accent.
I do
If
too.
I could have... If I could listen to one accent for the rest of my life, it would be Welsh.
I have a friend, a Welshman. Let's call him a Welshman.
Okay, right. It's still got very
and he
weird
says the
already.
nicest thing, right? When he says, Nos da cariad, it's so lovely.
Yes.
That's good night, darling. Nos da cariad.
Why have you got a Welshman saying good night to you in that romantic manner?
It's a different story.
Okay. Well, Kerry...
Yeah.
You win the prize of Best Accent of the Evening.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. What would you like to say?
Well, I just wanted to say well done for coming third on I'm a Slab.
Thank you very much indeed. No, I'm...
She said celeb, not fleb.
Piff off.
You two are hilarious.
Well,
one of us is.
And I make her look good. So that's that. Yes, Kerry. So thank you. I never thought it would be possible, but yes, I came third on that very silly programme, and I'm very proud of it.
Yes, you should be.
Good.
I was just going to phone in and say that I personally still feel that mental health is quite a taboo subject.
Yes.
So I do feel that people are less shocked by it now, but I still think that it's quite glazed over, and I personally find it a hard subject to approach. So I was wondering if in the camp you found it hard to talk about, and did you feel judged by any of the other campmates in particular? That's
a really, really, really good question. And there was... I tell you what they would do sometimes, right? The first time I really spoke about it, I talked about it in the Bush Telegraph, that little room we went in. I talked about it in there quite a lot because I felt very at ease, and I felt that was... when I was in there, I felt like I was doing my radio show, so I was quite open and honest in there. Yeah. The first time I mentioned it in the camp was... occasionally, and I don't know if they used any of these, occasionally, two of us would get a message saying, go down to the creek you're going to have a spontaneous conversation. And we'd go down to the creek. Me and Dennis did it once, and me and Stanley, and me and Kez did it. And we'd go down there, and you'd be met by a producer who would say, right, Iain, I want you to ask Kez what it feels like, you know, being a politician coming in and working within a group, and and Kez was told to ask me some questions. I don't know if they used any of this in the show. So I sat down with Kez, who I got on really well with, and we talked, you know, we kind of did the questions that they wanted us to do. And then she kind of, I can't remember how, but then it did develop into a spontaneous conversation where I opened up to her about my mental health and about struggling with it and about being suicidal and about how I talk about it on the radio. And I think she asked what the radio show was like, and I said that we talked about that. And she shared a little bit of her life, but was slightly more protective because there were cameras and some of her life was private to her. So that was the first time, and she was a really good person to broach it with, and I felt comfortable broaching it with her because I could tell that she was very empathetic.
Yeah.
And I think I probably had a conversation with Shappy, and I remember it coming up with Jamie, and I do wonder if perhaps the campmates were told something about me, because a lot of people came and checked on me. I remember there was 1 or 2 days when a lot of campmates came and checked on me, and I thought, oh, something's happened here. And I did have a conversation, exclude Jamie, with a couple of people who talked about getting it, about understanding depression, but then said a couple of things that made me think, oh, I don't think you really do understand it.
Yeah, that's what I find.
But then I had a really nice chat with Becky about it, which really surprised me because I hadn't really spoken to Becky, and then we had a nice chat about suicide, if you can imagine such a thing. And it was quite eye opening, and it was quite an interesting chat.
I think that's the one they showed. You were sitting around the fire, and she said that she'd attempted.
Yeah. We had a really good chat. So for me, Keris, it's about. It's about feeling I can trust people and feeling that they will get it, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was two different cultures. I've said this before. It was two different cultures. It was this kind of slightly sporty jock culture and my fey, slightly artistic bent, you know. And but you know, both sides can suffer from depression and stuff. So
I do find that when you talk to some people, they're accepting of it, but they don't necessarily understand. I don't think they're not listening, but not that bothered by it.
Yeah, I think some people don't get it, and that's in some ways that's great because that means they've never had it, and and hopefully they will never get it. So there are some that think it just means that you're really sad for a little bit, and that's fine. You know that's fine if that's what they think. But yeah, there is. It's like I'm trying to think of a physical example, and I can't actually. I can't. So I'll stop there. But yeah, no, some people just don't get it.
I didn't realise that the show puts scenarios in place for you as well. It's a little more scripted than I realised.
Well, they do occasionally. With the 3 times I got called down to go and have a spontaneous chat, and sometimes if nothing was happening and it was really boring, we would be given a laminate to read, where we'd come out and we'd go, well, campmates, we are all celebrities now, but wouldn't it be interesting to know what each of us would have been if we hadn't become famous? Have this conversation, and so we'd have. You know.
Is that where they found out that you were thinking about becoming a teacher?
Yeah, because they told us to have that conversation. So there were well, I mean, we only did that maybe 4 or 5 times in the whole 3 weeks I was there. So there was a few of those, and I it's a TV show and they want content, and you've got to give them what they want.
They want options, is what they want, don't they? In case you don't say anything else interesting for the rest of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But I always gave them gold, Keris.
Course.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I've got to go because I'm really late for the adverts.
Okay,
Isn't that cold? But call in again. It's nice to talk to you.
Okay, will do.
Thanks very much indeed.
No star carrier.
Hey, stop that now, please. The switchboard is full. Could you, while we go to the break, we'll go to a break.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here we go. Right, let's rattle through some of these calls from some of the less interesting people. Let's start with Barry. Good evening, Barry.
Yeah, hello there.
Barry, say hello to Alan.
Hello, Barry. Is that Alan Caddick?
The one and only.
Sorry?
The one and only.
You're very lonely.
No, the one and only.
Although...
Well, don't be lonely at Christmas, mate.
No,
you know, I mean,
I'm not lonely. I'm at my mum and dad for Christmas.
Well, it can be lonely with, family sometimes.
I'm not lonely, Barry. I'm with my family.
Alan, don't put a brave face on it. You said you're lonely twice.
No, I said the one and only.
Well, I know you're lonely, but the thing is, there are people you can speak to. Go down the pub, meet some people.
Barry, I said I'm the one and only, as in there's only one like me. There's no one else like me.
Oh, I see. That is true.
I've got a bit of a question to ask Iain.
Oh, well, don't mind me.
Barry, I was ringing to see if Iain was going to be on Christmas night.
I only heard the words Christmas night. I don't know what you just said. No wonder you're lonely. Go on, speak up.
I was going to ask Iain if he was going to be on the radio Christmas night.
Who?
Iain.
Well, is he listening or what?
Well, I'm watching
fairly lonely.
I'm watching on the Periscope via YouTube. Tiffany Hawes. That's me.
I love that. Alan, you know what?
What's that, Barry?
You have a lovely Christmas, and I'm sure your mum and dad will keep you company. His name is Alan Caddick. He lives in the field in the paddock. He looks like an horse. He's rather lovely, of course. He says he's very lonely. He claimed he said he's one and only. He's Alan flipping Paddock. He isn't off a planet. Flipping planet. That's a song I just invented. He's Alan flipping Caddick. He lives in a field in a paddock. He looks a bit like an horse. He's rather lovely, of course.
Andre, you're through to Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Hello? Andre, how are you?
Who's that?
It's Barry.
Barry, Summer Bunny Holly, the working folly, good golly, Miss Molly and Boats.
Molly and Boats. I know that.
Jumping in the alley at Nelly Goats.
Goats, I'm telling you.
And devil are you?
Oh, I'm so well, Andre. How's it going? You're still dropping off while speaking to me online and broadcasting to tens of people.
Excuse me, Barry. Excuse me. I've been, I'm sitting by the tree with a glass of port.
Oh, I love a glass of port. Cockburns?
I've got his pardon. No, it don't actually. No, it doesn't. Oh, it's all right.
Oh, his name is Andre. He is a rather bronze. He found a radio station. He's flipping... It's not Asian. His name...
There was a man from Barry. He was a bit of a wally. He phoned in from Watford. He was a bit of a twatford.
His name is flipping Andre. He done an half like a drink. He phoned up a few months ago and Christ, he caused a stink. He fell asleep on the radio. Oh, yeah.
I've been a bit busy tonight, actually.
Busy?
Yeah, I've had to do a bit of DIY. I had to put a CD on, change the CD, and go to the toilet to do a bit of paperwork, and then I'll come back in again. So I've been quite busy tonight.
He went into the bar. His name is Peter Andre. He is quite a quandary. He's from a radio station. I'm telling you, he's not Asian.
Please stop saying the Asian thing.
Well, I'm just saying he's not Asian. It's a fact.
Gatford, you're through to Barry.
Oh, his name is flipping Gatford.
Oh, here we go.
I've never seen him in Watford.
Not true. I'll stop you right there. I've been to Watford twice.
Oh, what did you do in Watford? Where did you go in Watford?
the high street and the hotel.
He went up to the high street. He thought it was pretty neat. He didn't see old Barry. He is,
I looked.
He looked from it. Did you look from it? Do you know where I live in Watford?
Barry, say hello.
Say it on the radio.
Yeah.
I don't want all the birds turning up.
Say hello to Malcom.
Oh, hello, lovely Malcom. He wanted some talcum powder. Malcom!
Hello.
How's it going, old chum?
It's okay, mate. Just at work.
He said it was okay. We had no way of knowing. He didn't know it was snowing. It's losing all the meaning now. Malcom, how's it going, geezer?
What was that?
Where are you spending Christmas, Mal?
With my family, with my son and my wife. My son's and my wife.
He's spending it with his wife. Christ, what a life. He's phoning from Wales. Are you phoning from Wales?
Edinburgh, Scotland.
He's phoning from Scotland. What is that? What land? He's up north. Oh, I love Edinburgh. Love Edinburgh. I've been up there for the festival, full of English people. What's it like the rest of the year?
It's still full of everybody. It's got everybody. Edinburgh's full of everybody.
Malcom, stay there. We'll come to you after the news. And finally, say hello to David Badcock.
His name is David Badcock. He had a problem with it. What's the matter, mate?
No, I don't want anything like that, please.
Oh, sorry. You seen any ghosts, David?
Well, I feel like I'm speaking to one. You old bugger.
Oh, that's charming.
I've had to press the dumb button there.
It sounded like a swear.
I don't think it was. I think it's one of those things that sounded like a swear. If you heard something that sounded like a swear, I don't think it was. I think it was. But anyway, jeez, God. Oh God, let's go to the news, shall we?
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio, Iain Lee.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio. On air and off the leash. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Here's a message from the Haters Club, dedicated to the one I love. I've been cursed by your wicked kiss. Once felt it's forever missed, forever missed. I'm a member of the Haters Club, and I'm hating every minute of me without you, you without me. Give me some of that misery, that misery. I'm a high hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill. It's such a twisted state of bliss, indulging in such hatefulness. I just need a prequel to redeem my evil, 'cause I wasn't always like this, like this. Seeing couples hand in hand makes it hard for me to understand. Me without you, you without me. Give me some of that misery, that misery. I'm a high hater.
Imani Coppola, dear listener. You'll be hearing more of her. We love Imani Coppola on this show. That may be a Little Jackie track, which was the band that she was in. I'm gonna, I've got this record label. I'm gonna reach out to Imani this week and see if she'll let me release a compilation of her stuff over here in the UK. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because when I was in the jungle, I was singing a lot of the Raindrops from the Sun was the one I would sing to get me over the bridge. I used to hate there were these 2 rope bridges, and I used to hate them because they were really high and they would wobble. Only one person at a time could go on them, and they was so I'd sing that. And when I got out, the first thing I listened to was this Imani Coppola compilation that I'd made. And I just kept listening to it again and again. Hey, here's the thing, because we didn't have music in the jungle, right? Didn't have any music.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird. And we thought that one of the treats we were going to get towards the end was music, because we'd all been asked to put our top 3 songs and why we liked them. And we never got it. So the only music we got was the karaoke night, right? That was it. It was all I heard in 20 days, and for the others, 25, 26 days. And so the first time I heard music was the morning that I came out third, and the others, Jamie came second, and Toff came third. And we had to stay in the studio area for about an hour afterwards to do the extra camp afterwards. And then we got whisked off and we got filmed coming into like this big sort of tent where we met everyone and da-la-la. And then I went off for a pee. And I went to this horrible little sort of honey wagon toilet cubicle thing, portaloo thing, and I was having a pee and I started crying. I thought, why am I crying? It's because music was playing. I've got no idea what it was. It wasn't even a particularly good song, but music was playing. And it's the first time I'd heard music in 20 days.
Wow.
And it just hit me, the fact that suddenly I could hear a song. It was incredible.
Because that's especially weird for you, because you listen to music
I
all
love
the time.
it. I was like crying. I wasn't sobbing. It's like literally a tear just came. I thought, why was music? It's so incredible. 034. I'm not going to give the number because the switchboard is full. This is unusual. Let's. Loads have been waiting for ages. I'm going to try and do these in the order that they came up, but I will probably get it wrong. But Malcolm, we spoke to you briefly before the news. What have you got for us, Malcolm?
Hi, Ian. Just congratulations on the jungle.
Thank you very much, mate.
And I didn't know about your show until the jungle. I was a fan of you for the 11 o'clock show before.
Oh, nice one, man. Thank you.
And I think it's wonderful what you're doing for mental health, because I lost my dad 10 years ago and I never noticed any signs. He never said nothing, and I believe if somebody was talking back then, somebody would have said, I would have noticed signs, or he would have mentioned, and he would probably still be here today.
Are you saying that he took his own life?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I moved out about a month before. I was working in Glasgow. I was meant to go on a Friday.
Yeah.
I ended up staying through in Glasgow, and never got home till 5 o'clock the Saturday evening, and I found him hanging over the door when I got home.
Oh, Malcolm, mate, I'm so sorry. I can't even begin to imagine what that's like. That's horrendous, mate. I'm so sorry. How are you doing?
Well, I'm good. I've got a solid back force behind me.
Good.
My wife and my kids and my friends.
Yeah.
But as I say, the more people talk about it, the more people realise. And even if it's not the person that's suffering,
yeah,
the people around them might notice something.
Yeah. No, exactly. It is important, and because one of the things I'm really passionate about, and I don't quite know how to. What to do about it is the relatives and the partners of people who've got depression, because all the focus, of course, is on the people that are sick, but it's bloody hard on the kids and the wives, the husbands, the mums, the dads of those people that are suffering as well, because they don't really know what to do, and and it can be. Listen, I as someone who has had chronic depression and been bedbound for days, it can be really shitty for the people that I live with. It can be horrible for the people I live with, and they're allowed to be upset. They're allowed to feel angry. They're allowed to feel left out. They're allowed to have those feelings as well. And I don't think enough is done for the people on the other side as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, I'm glad you're doing all right, mate, and I'm sure you're.
You've got me as a lifetime listener now. I listen to podcasts for America, so now I've got British shows to listen to.
Which podcast do you listen to?
I'm an aunt. Tell him Steve Dave.
Say that again.
Tell him Steve Dave.
Tell him Steve Dave. I don't know that one. What's that about?
It's have you ever seen Impractical Jokers?
It rings a bell. Yeah.
It's a show where the four friends they tell each other what to say and what to do.
Right. Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Well, one of them and two comic book men. It's Kevin Smith.
I know Kevin Smith. Yeah, I've interviewed Kevin Smith. I tried to get him on here recently. We couldn't get him in the end.
It was all the Smodcast.
Yeah.
But now we've got British shows, and I've got one question.
Yeah, go on.
Have you ever got to do the run on the comedy shows? Like Taskmaster? I was sitting watching Taskmaster yesterday, and I thought you'd be brilliant
Well,
on
do you know what? I've never seen this Taskmaster. I know Bob Mawson, a friend of the show, goes on it quite a lot. And loads of people have suggested Taskmaster. The thing is, listen, I'm up for anything if they offer it to me, but the way it kind of works is that people, my agent is brilliant and he goes around sniffing for work. They'd kind of need to get in touch with us, really. But do you know what? Maybe we'll send them a little email and see what they say.
Well, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Nice one, man. Thank you, Malcolm.
And thanks for everything, mate, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, well done, mate. Have a lovely Christmas.
You too, mate.
Cheers, fella. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's go to Pippa. Good evening, Pippa.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Pippa. How you doing?
Very well.
Good.
I'm just awesome. I thought you were absolutely awesome today on Loose Women.
Was I all right? Because I was so nervous about that, Pippa. It was so out of my comfort zone, and the four of them was absolutely delightful and made me feel really welcome, but I was quite nervous. It was all right, was it?
No, you were the absolute bomb, mate. You really were.
Oh, thank you.
Well.
Thank you very much, Pippa. That's very kind of you.
Totally relatable. But I have a bit of a random link for you.
Oh, here we go, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When your dad used to work up in London...
Oh, yeah?
He used to lodge with my mum.
Shut up!
Yeah, she was your Auntie Hazel's best friend.
Oh, no!
And he had a spare room.
No!
He used to come round the corner and lodge at my mum.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, my goodness me. Is your mum still around?
She is indeed.
What's your mum's name?
My mum's name's Edna.
Hey, there's an Edna! There's an Edna! We were talking about Ednas.
I know, that's what made me ring. That's exactly what made me ring.
Oh, isn't that funny? Because I don't know how much you know, but me and my dad didn't see each other for years and years and years. We had a big falling out. And then, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, we got in touch and we sort of made peace. And then and it was going really nicely and really slowly. And then about 18 months, 2 years after that, he died, of course. He got very ill and he buggered off again, which I'll never forgive him for. Isn't that funny? So how long ago was that?
Absolutely. Oh, God. Well, because I remember you coming to Hazel's funeral.
Yeah, I was at Hazel's funeral. Yeah, I mean, that was because I hadn't spoken to Hazel. Excuse us, dear listener, we're just having a little family catch up here. I do apologise. Hazel's my aunt, and I stopped speaking to that side of my family when I was about 15. So I guess I can't remember many years ago Dad died, 3 or 4. So I hadn't spoken to Hazel for about 25 years.
Oh.
And me and my sister met her again. When my dad was really, really ill and she was coming round and we were like, well, do we go before she comes? Because it's going to be weird. And she came through the door and it was like we hadn't seen each other for a week. It was wonderful. And then, of course, so my dad died and then almost immediately after that, she got leukemia. She got really sick. It was so sad. And I had a really lovely hour with her and I hadn't really spoken to her properly for a long, long time. I had a really lovely hour with her in hospital and we had to sit on the opposite side of the room because obviously she was really ill and weak and I didn't want to, give her the, lurgy or I nearly said the fleas then. That 15-year-old me came forward. And it looked like she was going to be all right and then she died. And so literally not that long after my old man went and we just kind of met up with her. It was so sad.
Yeah,
but what a turnout for her funeral. There were people outside.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Amazing. But it broke my mum, sadly. It really broke my mum, Hazel, going. They were very, very close. She'd been Lee and Damien's carers.
Yeah.
So it kind of broke my mum. She's sadly agoraphobic, doesn't go out.
Oh, no.
She kind of give up a little bit after Hazy went, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, but she did watch you in the jungle. When I pointed out who it was and said you were Malcolm's boy, she did watch a bit of the jungle.
Now, here's the thing, right? And this is the weird thing of genetics, right? Because loads of people have said to me, oh, you don't half act like your dad. The way you sit and the way you phrase things and the way you kind of carry yourself. Did she notice any similarities?
Yes.
Did she?
Yes, she knew.
Isn't that funny?
I said, Malcolm's son's in there. I said, you've got a watch. I said, you've got to have a watch.
Yeah.
And she knew exactly who it was.
Isn't that funny?
She doesn't know her celebs at all.
No, of course not. Of course
she
not.
She tuned in, she knew who you were.
Oh, well, listen, send my love to Edna.
I will do.
Oh, bless her. I mean, you say she's agoraphobic and stuff. Is she getting better at all, or is she...
No, to be honest, the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. She kind of, I think after Hazel went, she sort of ended up giving up work, retiring. And I think, really, if Hazel had been around, she would have been kicking her at the backside.
Of course she would have done.
Her out and,
yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, she's probably got a bit of depression and everything going on, which her generation don't recognise and do anything about, do they? So, but she's all right.
If she feels up to it, get her to give me a call one night.
Oh, also.
Yeah, get her to give us a call and we'll have a little chat. And she can tell me stuff about my dad and I'll see if I can remember some bits and pieces.
Oh, she'd like that.
Yeah, that'd be wicked. All right,
Pippa. A lot of time for your dad. I think they're some good old chats.
I bet they did. Well, I miss him terribly, and you know, let's see if we can get a bit of life out of your mum, shall we?
Definitely.
All right, Pippa.
You're on.
Nice one, mate. Thanks for calling. Call again, won't you?
Thank you. I will do.
Cheers, my
Thanks,
dears.
Ian.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, isn't it a funny old world? Isn't it a funny old world? What's made me a little bit teary thinking of my dad at Christmas and stuff.
Well, because you mentioned Edna.
Isn't it funny old world? Oh, dearie me. Well. Let's have a little... Where's Simon gone?
He's there.
Oh, is he there? Simon, we'll have a little break.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Well. It's a funny old show. This. I've got to say, tomorrow night... between 10 and 1. It's Friday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to do something that will mean something to people who've been listening for a while. People who've been listening in this week. You won't know this yet. But occasionally we do a thing where we take calls straight to air. The way it works, right, is if you phone up this show now, you'll speak to Simon. He'll take your name and number and call you straight back, OK? And it's kind of how most phone-in shows work. Normally they'll ask you a little bit about what you want to say and stuff. We don't do that, but we call you back. Tomorrow, for the whole 3 hours... we're going to take the calls straight to air. And what that means is you won't speak to Simon, you'll phone up, and I will at random just touch the screen and say, line 1, you're on the air, line 2, you're on the air. So we don't call you back. Probably still be free for most of you, may cost you a few pence for some others. And you can come on and you can do whatever you want. You can chat, you can play bits of music down the phone, you can sing a song, you can do a sensible chat, you can do a stupid chat, you can do whatever you want. The only rules are don't swear, don't be libelous, because we've got a 7-second delay and we can dump it. But basically, you can come on and do what you want. And sometimes it works and it's wonderful and it's really psychedelic and it's really weird and we cover all kinds of things. Sometimes it's not that great. It's hit and miss, you know, but I think the Friday before Christmas... is a good night to do it because people will be feeling a bit crazy. There'll be some drunk people, some stoned people. There'll be some lonely people. There'll be some overexcited. There'll be all kinds of things going on. And I think that's when we get the best kind of thing. I'm not going to give out the phone number tonight because we've got 2 lines free for the first time in ages. So let's go to Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
How you doing, Amy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
I'm not going to talk mental health with you this time.
Okay, good. You talk whatever you want.
I wanted to tell you a story.
Go on.
Last year, well, my first year of university, we made a drinking game out of our lecturer.
Here we go. Wow. Not during the lecture, though, surely?
Oh, no, we planned it in advance, like weeks in advance.
Okay.
So what we decided to do was every time something went wrong or she said a certain phrase, we decided to have tequila in a 9 a.m. lecture.
So hang on, you smuggle bottles of tequila. What did you have, the bottles or hip flasks or what?
Oh, we put them in fruit shoot bottles.
Flippin' it, you lot are hardcore.
None of us really drink either, so some people got affected more than others.
Wow, I'm getting a contact high just listening to this story.
Well, the plan was to be drunk during our seminar, but on a film degree, we watch a film, so we sobered up through the film.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to be drunk in our seminar, but it was interesting.
So what did she have to say? What had to happen for you to take a swig?
Well, she had to... The speakers didn't have to work, which happened quite a lot in the cinema we were in.
Right, okay.
She'd shout out to the sound guy that something was wrong. That was another thing.
Wow.
A lot of things went wrong.
Yeah, so every time something went wrong, you had a little swig of fruit shoot tequila.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
Insane, but I love that style. I've been drunk at school. at school a couple of times. There was once, this is in the sixth form, so how old are you in the sixth form? 16, 17, something like that. Once me and I took in a bottle of Jack Daniels to school, and me and my friend Slim at break time went down to B Jams where we used to work, and we stole a bottle of lemonade and sat in the staff room getting hammered, and then we went back, and break was only like half an hour, and then we went back absolutely off our face. And another time we went down to a child-friendly pub in Slough during lunch break and got hammered, and went back to school that afternoon. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but I kind of recommend it, not underage, of course, guys. I couldn't recommend that for legal reasons, but I'm glad I did it,
I remember a girl called Emma, and we must have been about 11, bringing in a Coke bottle full of sherry.
Oh, sherry, right? Jesus.
And there were about 15 girls all got trolleyed on this one Coke bottle of sherry.
Wow.
I didn't even have a sniff of it.
No.
To be honest, because it had run out by the time it got to me.
Yeah.
But it was found out because when they queued up, when the whistle went for the end of break time, for lunch break, Emma sort of fell over.
Yeah.
And about 3 others dominoed behind her.
Wow.
And then the teacher went along smelling their breath.
Whoa.
They all got busted.
You've got to respect that. But here's the thing, and now the Daily Mail will have you think that Britain is broken now. Britain's always been broken. It's always been full of boozy teenagers. That's what makes Britain great.
Yeah, and these were 11-year-olds.
No.
The funny thing
11?
is, I was the oldest of the bunch in our group.
So you were the mature, responsible adult, Amy?
Well, not mentally. I'm the youngest mentally.
There we go. Well, yeah, you see. Amy, listen, thank you very much for that. I'm moving on because we've got loads of calls that I want to... You were 11 when...
They were 11, yeah.
Flipping
It was a big scandal.
Yes, I bet. Let's go to Simon. Evening, Simon. Yo, Simon.
Oh, Barry was on top form tonight.
Well, let's not encourage him, shall we? Let's not encourage him.
I phoned up... Well, when I heard Katie phone up...
Yes.
And I sort of thought I'd phone up because obviously she got a bit upset about something, and I think there's a lot more to things as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start a movement, if I may.
Well, let's hear the movement.
Love and hugs to Katie.
Love and hugs to Katie. If Katie wants those loves and hugs, that's okay. Because some people may not want those loves and hugs, and that is fine if they don't want it. But I'm sending out positive vibes to her, and I hope that she does. I do hope that she calls you again. I was genuinely pleased that she called in again because she emailed me saying she would never call in again. I would love to know what's going on in her life, and I wish her nothing but joy and success and happiness, and maybe she can call in on a different subject, perhaps, might be the way forward.
We're all friends
here. We're all friends here. It's a friendly show. Well, I like to think so. She may disagree, and that's fine if she disagrees.
Well, I think the thing is, I mean, from my point of view, as I've said before, I've been aware of you for years. I used to watch 11 o'clock show.
Yep.
I've always thought you were quite a decent bloke. The first time I phoned in, you were quite harsh on me.
What did we argue about?
We didn't argue. You just accused me of being extremely dull and boring, which is probably very true. But I thought, well, that's a bit off. But then I realised that that's all part of the Iain Lee magic, you know? You don't sugar the pill, you say it how it is, and actually, but he makes good radio, and it's quite refreshing.
Now I'm feeling guilty for saying you were dull and boring.
No. At the end of the day, mate, it is what it is, and I wish I had a bit more to bring to the party, like your Allens and your Barrys.
No, hang on a minute. Let's just say Alan Caddick is not a model caller. Please, for 1 second, don't think for 1 second.
Evening, Kath.
Hello.
Kath, does Iain know about Alan's performance?
Sorry?
Oh.
What happened?
While you were away, Jamie East got Alan to act out some famous film scenes.
Uh-oh.
And we had when Harry met Caddick.
No.
And he did that scene.
Did he?
It was horrific.
Flipping heck. I can feel my penis shrivelling.
Yeah, exactly. My ovaries haven't popped out yet.
Can we play it?
I don't know where it is. I think it might have been burnt.
Wow, that's incredible.
Might be able to find it on the Talk Radio website.
Have a look, see if you can find it, and we'll send me the link and we'll
The
play
bit
it.
that gets me is when he starts and Kath says, "Oh dear."
It was horrible. I actually, you couldn't see it on the camera, but I threw my headphones off at one point because I just didn't want it in my head. I knew it was something I would never be able to unhear.
Well,
that was just.
Thanks for that, Simon. We'll see if we can find it because I really, really wouldn't like to hear it, but we'll see.
I've got
Yeah.
it. I've got it.
The other thing is, just quickly before I go.
Yeah, go on.
When Barry rings in again,
Yeah.
can we have words with his excitable son?
Oh, Dave. I don't know if Dave's still in prison for. He was in prison for attempted murder.
Who did he try to kill?
Barry.
Oh, okay. Fair
So
I thought he tried to kill you, mate.
Oh, he tried to kill me ages ago. He got done for ABH, and then he came out, and then he tried to murder his dad to get his inheritance. But we'll see. We'll mention it to him. But I don't really like his son. His son's a dick. So
he is a complete and utter tool.
He is. We'll see.
But yeah, be nice to have a listen to that.
Simon, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for calling. Let's go to Missy. Evening, Missy.
Hello.
Hello, Missy.
I'm really pleased to talk to you after so long.
Well, you don't sound pleased. You sound bloody miserable.
Oh, I'm not well, so forgive me.
Oh, I can't. No, I will not forgive your illness.
She's in hospital.
I'm back now. I came back today.
Okay, well, so she's
No
not in
excuse
hospital.
then.
Exactly. Like you should be sounding happy. You should be
No,
making
I'm happy,
whoopee.
trust me, but I've still got pains and problems. But we're not here to talk about me. We're talking about you.
well-
You've done so well. I'm really happy for you.
Well, all I did was. I should
entertained. I know
say. I should
what
say
you
as well. I got paid pretty darn well for that nonsense. I didn't do it for charity. Well, hang on. What are you
I
saying,
never
Kath?
thought you'd go on something like that.
Sorry,
I'm
I've just had a
talking over
message
you.
from Barry saying Dave will phone in. He is out of prison
Oh,
and keen to
jeez.
chat with you.
I don't want to talk to Dave. He's an arsehole. Basically. All right. Yeah, well, I'd always... Listen, Missy, they'd asked me 4 times, and I'd always said no. I approached them this time because the money would be handy and because I wanted to get more listeners to this show, and it was a punt. It was a real punt, and it seems to have paid off.
And it's all for the good as well.
It's all for the good of the show. It's all working. We've had literally a full switchboard for most of the night. It's only now I've got 3 lines free, which is incredible. So, and I know some of the people saying they can't get through and all of that. Listen, it will calm down a bit. Keep trying. It will calm down a bit. But honestly, the plans we got for this show, and now we've got more callers. It's going to be we're going to do something pretty darn special.
Oh, good. While I'm here, before I go, I just wanted to big up the NHS staff and nurses.
All right, mate, calm
For
down.
what a wonderful...
Do they get paid?
Because some people slate them, don't they? And
well, they get paid. Come on, they're all right.
Ian, for what they do.
Yeah, they do their job. That's it.
Ian.
They do their job.
Stop it.
They do their job.
Fair enough.
They do their job.
I'm just saying,
I'm
well
teasing.
done, NHS.
Well done, National... I'm teasing, of course. I think the NHS are brilliant. And got to be so careful now because the Daily Star are listening. And there's tomorrow's story, but Ian Lee...
slams the NHS.
Slams the NHS. Listen, the NHS saved my mum's life on a couple of occasions, and they fixed my little boy, and they are wonderful, and you're absolutely right. God bless the National Health Service.
There you go.
I'm going to cut you off now.
Fixed me. No, don't!
There you go.
I sent you that email.
OK, let's have a quick break. Simon, please.
Dead of Night Discourse for disco queens,
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
dairy farmers,
Aye.
and distant fathers.
Yeah, whatever.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yeah, it's great.
OK, so this is Alan Caddick. So what's going on here?
You know when Harry Met Sally?
Yes, I do.
They did the whole scene. They did the cafe scene.
OK, so this is Jamie East and Alan Caddick. Let's
Oh, God. Oh,
Are you okay?
oh, oh, God. Oh, 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 God. Oh, 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 God. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh.
Why is he doing a Chinese accent?
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, oh, yes, Yes! Oh, God! Oh, yes! Oh! Oh!
Sally finishes, looks at Harry and smiles. Harry looks back, looking a little uneasy. Lady from another table.
I'll have what she's having.
Yes!
Oh, Jesus. That is effed up.
It's a good job I'm not planning on having any more kids. I don't think I can. Everything's retracted.
Mine just healed over.
It is.
Wowzers. Sorry that you had to go through that, guys. Evening, Sam.
Hello.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
I'm not quite sure how to follow that.
No, I know, and I can only apologise.
I'm not going to repeat it. Please don't be afraid.
Give your ears a good rinse out after that.
I will. I feel quite violated, even from quite a distance.
That was wrong on so many levels.
I'm quite a new listener, but I'm hoping that won't be repeated.
We had so many new listeners this week, and then they dropped off just after 12:30 on Thursday evening.
I see.
That's what happened there, did it?
Well, I'm quite easily unoffended, so it's quite cool. You have to sort of push me right to the limit to make me offended, so it's all good.
What have you got for us, Sam?
Hello,
Let's
spread some positivity.
Yes, let's do it.
Be happy, be positive. I'm not hippie or happy clappy, whatever. I just felt like it was getting a bit downhill with the old what is your why thing, so I just thought I'd come on and try and lift it back up.
Bring it, lift it, Sam, lift it!
Lift it up, because you spend too long being negative.
Come on, lift it! Lift it then, lift it! What are you going to do to lift it?
I'm lifting it up as high as the space station.
But you're not
children, I'm imaginative.
But you're not saying, you're just saying you're going to lift it, but you've got to do some lifting.
I am lifting.
Go on then! You can't just say you're lifting, you need to do something uplifting.
Okay, let's say Dad's rock, because my dad rocked, your dad rocked,
yep.
Everyone who listens dad rocked. Malcom, he rocks, and I just wanted to say, I'm with you, buddy. I've not had experience in what he's had, but I lost my dad very young, and I appreciate how difficult that is.
I'm going, right, now hang on a minute. No, this is going to sound overly harsh.
No, go for it.
But this doesn't sound very uplifting.
Uplifting, okay. Christmas is coming. We've got how many sleeps to Santa? What is on your Christmas list? What would you like to see when you open the door on Christmas morning?
What? Who's opening the door on Christmas morning?
You are, because you're the dad.
What door? The front door?
Front door. Where's Santa's coming from?
No, it's Santa... What crazy world do you live in? Santa doesn't come through the front door on Christmas morning.
Santa key.
Oh, we've got Santa key too.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no chimney. Santa key.
We've got chimney.
Chimney days are over, love. It's Santa key.
Shut the front door. Literally, he comes down the chimney.
No, well, he'd have difficulty in my house. He has to come in the front door.
Yeah, but he's magic.
I know, well, he's very good. He has a Santa key.
Yeah, and how much did that Santa key cost you?
99p.
Yeah, well, exactly. Exactly. There's a licence to print money.
It is really, isn't it? And I'm probably quite stupid for paying 99p for said key, but if it helps my daughter...
I paid 99p for said key.
Then why not?
How old's your daughter?
She is 2.5.
Magical!
It's very magical today. I'm ready for my bed, put it that way.
Yay, and they exhausted. I fell asleep in front of the telly today with the boys, which is naughty, but they were watching Pokemon, and I fell asleep, and I woke up...
I would fall asleep during Pokemon.
Oh, flipping Pokemon. I mean, blimey, it's like, what a load of old rubbish. And gotta catch 'em all! Here's another 100 Pokemon!
In my house, it's even worse.
You got what?
Peppa bloody Pig, sorry.
Oh, well, you wait till you get on to Paw Patrol.
Oh, yeah, she kind of...
Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol, on the double. Paw Patrol, then trouble.
We're all happy now singing Paw Patrol, it's all good.
Flipping Paw Patrol. Here's the thing, you watch Paw Patrol, though, it's an American cartoon, and if you go online, you can find the American version. They've all got American accents.
Well, if you go online, my daughter's taken to watching Peppa Pig in Spanish.
Oh!
It's worse than Peppa Pig in English.
Flipping Peppa Pig.
Be careful on the YouTube thing, because some of those Peppa Pigs...
I know, there is some that I've had to... I've caught her watching them, and they aren't what they say they are.
They're adult Peppa Pigs?
It's Peppa Dirty
They're
Pig.
like Peppa Pig gone twisted.
Yeah.
It's like horrible. The other day she was watching something till I stopped her. Sound like a great mum, me, don't I? Letting my kids watch an iPad all day long. But no, she was watching this horrible thing where there's like characters jumping out of like an alleyway chasing the child down her garden. So I was like, no, switch off. Let's go back to counting numbers or something. It's all good.
Careful with the My Little Pony ones as well, because they're quite niche.
My Little Pony, skinny and bony.
Well, the advert's a bit weird for My Little Pony on the telly with the dad, and he looks excited about getting a pink tail, and he's all excited.
What are these,
the bronies.
What are these Poundland advert.
Oh, Paola, have you seen their Twitter feed this evening?
Yeah. Well, it's an elf teabagging another elf.
And lots of other things.
Yeah, it's a hooky elf. It's a hooky elf on a shelf.
Yeah.
And the first one, he's got a moustache on, saying "free moustache rides."
Yes.
The other one, he's drawn a what we call a crying cactus. For those who don't know, it's a cock and balls
comedy penis.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, on a like an Etch-a-Sketch or something.
To be honest, it's the sort of stuff that we would do for fun, but we certainly would not do it as an advertising agency for a Poundland.
It's got us talking about it.
Customers they will encourage
It's
with
got
their
us
Twitter
talking
thing, but I thought it was
about
quite funny.
We are talking about it. It's got us talking about it, guys.
That's true.
It's
But you rocked in the jungle. You were yourself. You should never be afraid of being yourself. I always believe that. I'm a bit Marmite myself. People either love me or hate me, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I am me, and I can go to bed every night thinking I've been me, and that's good.
I said something rude under my breath that you didn't hear.
Exactly.
But I'm going to say it because she was meant to hear it, and the fact that she didn't hear it could be perceived as rude. I also you said people like me or hate me, and I said you don't shut up as well. But it was a joke, and I said it under my breath.
It doesn't matter because people tell me that regularly.
There you go. You see, she took it in the spirit. It was intended.
Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, if you can't take a criticism in life, what can you take?
All right, mate, don't have a go at me.
No,
I'm joking. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Positive.
It was a joke.
This is because you encouraged him to be himself. See what you've opened up there? Whole can of worms.
I'm sorry about that. I do apologise. But I was just wanting to have a good chat before I went to bed because I've been talking to a 2-year-old all day. So that's why I don't stop talking because I haven't had an adult chat all day, really.
An adult chat she wants now. We're not in the business for that.
That door up, didn't I?
You keep your door shut. Sam, nice to talk to you.
You too.
Bye-bye, ta-ta. Let's go to David Badcock. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
I've just popped an eclair in my mouth.
You put what?
I popped an eclair in my mouth.
Do you mean a long chocolate eclair or the sweetie eclair?
A little sweetie.
How are they allowed to call themselves eclairs? Because they're not. An eclair is a long sausage-shaped pastry with cream in. But yet you get these hard chews, these hard toffees, that they call them eclairs. That can't be right. Anyone? Well, I thought that was a great conversation opener, but you guys give me blank looks.
You've befuddled us both.
Okay.
I'm Wikipediaing it.
Oh, flipping
Wikipedian?
Yeah.
You Wikipedo?
No. Oh, dear. I can't find anything. I'm just a little heads up.
Heads up what?
Little head. Whose little heads up?
No, come on. No, rude.
Little heads up what?
I've never heard you laugh so much.
She's a filth merchant.
And?
Right. We're both potentially in major trouble.
Right. What are you talking about?
Do you remember me talking? Oh, yeah.
Right. Tell you what, we're going to go to an ad break while that idiot chews his sweets. What a plum.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Yes, David.
Yeah, right. Do you remember me talking about my manager or former manager, Frank Belushi?
Yes.
Who I slagged off on the air?
Yes, you did. You were very, very rude about him. You compared him to a sexual predator. You said he was the worst manager ever. You said you wanted to press charges. And
He'd ripped you off, hadn't he?
He'd ripped you off and that you wanted him dead. Yes.
Right, well he heard that.
Yep.
And he's threatening to sue me and you for broadcasting it.
Okay, well, he can't sue me for it. He'll be suing you.
Right, well, he's very angry, and I'm kind of worried that you're doing a call straight to air tomorrow, because he says he's going to ring up.
OK, I look forward to speaking to him tomorrow. The calls will be unscreened, they will come straight to air, and I look forward to hearing his side of the story. It's only fair that we give him the right to reply.
Perhaps we could get you both on at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm actually at a function tomorrow.
Fancy.
What function's that?
It's a ghost function. Anyway, just giving you a heads up, it can be a very angry man.
Okay.
Are you all right then?
I'm all right. I can listen to an angry man.
Right. Yeah. How's life after the jungle?
The same, but with more selfies.
What was it like eating the pig's vagina?
Oh, you don't know what it's like eating any.
Wait, Catherine, where did that come from?
Any pig, I mean. You're not a pork man, are you?
Right. Cat's on fire.
Is she? Oh, I see what you mean. Right, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling.
Just be careful.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. Ah, dearie me. I feel a bit nauseous, actually. I do genuinely feel a bit nauseous, but I think that's tiredness. Let's go to Tony. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, sorry to hear you feeling nauseous, Ian.
That's all right. So, I'm just, do you know what? My body hasn't quite recovered yet from the flight and all of that stuff. So I'm just, I've had a really long day and the kids, and then I've got the kids all day tomorrow. Anyway, it's life. It's life, Tony. That's all it is. It's life.
No, you're hanging in there anyway.
I'm hanging in there, definitely, sir. What you got for us?
No, to talk about films. Ask you what your favourite film was.
My favourite film is Head, which is the 1968 movie starring fictional pop group The Monkees. My second favourite film, which is slightly more accessible, is Dog Day Afternoon, starring Al Pacino.
Oh, I like Al Pacino. I've not seen that.
Oh, mate, see it. I took Kath to see it for the first time. It's good, isn't it, Kath?
Amazing.
Such a good film. It's like a lost classic. Go and watch it, definitely.
Good, sounds good. I'm still just trying to recover over the Harry Met Sally impression.
That's. I think we're all going to need to give our ears a good wiping out after that. Well, what's your favourite film, Tony?
Oh, Goodfellas straight away, definitely.
Do you know what? I like Goodfellas when I saw it years and years ago, and I tried to watch it this summer, and I couldn't get into it. Because for some reason I couldn't get into it. I also tried to watch Taxi Driver for the first time ever this summer. I've never seen it before. And about 20 minutes into it, I thought, this is rubbish.
Casino's another good one. That's going to be the second best one.
I've never seen Casino.
Oh, it's brilliant. Joe Pesci, he's really good, isn't it?
Kath just gave me a really dirty look.
I liked those films.
The best, this is great, and I did watch this over the summer, and I've campaigned for them to release a 2-disc special edition of this. You know the best Joe Pesci film of all time?
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. Mate, it is... Yeah. Have you watched it recently?
I've not, but I do like Marissa Tomei in it.
Oh, mate, I watched that earlier this year, I think it was. Flipping it. I laughed so much. Such a good film. Really, really funny.
The guy who plays the judge in it was Herman.
Herman Munster, yeah, it's Herman Munster.
The suit Joe Pesci has on in court is funny.
Oh, it's great, and Ralph Macchio is fun. It's just such a good film. I've really laughed a lot at that, and I'd love to get a DVD with all the extras, with Pesci and Macchio doing a commentary. I'd love that. I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, what's the funny film? Funny enough, early on today, The Dictator.
I've never seen it. That's Sasha, isn't it? I've never seen that. I've never seen Borat.
Quite close to the bone, but it really is quite funny.
Yeah,
he's good. It's that's about it, really. I think. Yeah. The second time I've called, and there's something about the show. It's strangely addictive to listen to.
Thank you. That's kind of what we're doing. And the thing is that the better the show is, the less work me and Kath are doing. You know, when it's going well, like it has done this week, it's all down to the callers calling in and just creating this little vibe. And I can't describe it any better than that. But we've the vibe has been very, very strong this week, and long may it continue.
I'm sure it will. You missed not seeing Kath on the Periscope thing tonight as well.
I know. I snapped off my... there's Kath there for all you winkers at home. Where is she? There she is. I snapped off me thing that connects my phone to my tripod, and I won't... I'm afraid tomorrow this will be the same. We won't get one until next week now. But it's just the anticipation.
Try Amazon Prime, maybe. They get you all.
Yeah, so you're saying she's a bit of prime meat? Did you say what?
No, Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. That's what we need to do. We need to find a way to monetise this rubbish. That's what we need to do. Tony, good to talk to you, mate. Thanks for calling.
You too. Thank you. Take care now.
No. Let's go to Wasim. Good evening, Wasim.
Oh, Ian, how's it going, mate?
It's good, thanks, man. I know you've been waiting for ages. I can only apologise.
Yeah, I wanted to say to you, first of all, I know you spoke about it loads of times already, but I think, with mental health, I was just wondering, what's your relationship like with God?
Wow! Whoa. There's a thing to throw at us with less than 7 minutes left on the show. What's my relationship with God? Wow, that's a huge thing.
People are going to have a right go at me now because I'm Muslim saying that, but I'm not saying it from a Muslim perspective. I'm just saying...
you're saying it... Okay, do you know what? I'm not going to answer that question at 10 minutes to 1 on a Thursday night, Friday morning, because it's a heavy question, man. And I've got a little bit of a stomach thing going on, and I feel a little bit nauseous. So I
really think you should get Russell Brand on your show.
Sorry?
I really think you should get Russell Brand on your show.
All right, is he God?
He's not God, but I think he's really good at like mental health and stuff as well. He talks about it a lot in a lot of his videos and stuff, and he's a nice guy.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I think we tried to get him on. What we were going to get him on, didn't we?
Yeah, it went quiet.
It didn't
really
happen.
Think he's a proper inspiration. I think him and yourself, I think would be a really, really good team. Like
the problem is he hates Ian.
He does, actually. We've got beef.
There was something a bit more lighter, though, that I wanted to ask you as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, but listen, ask me that question again earlier on a different show.
Yeah, sure, mate.
I'll be able to give it a bit more, more thought.
Can I ask you another thing? Really quick question.
Yeah, of course you
can. Who farted the most on the show? Apart from the women, obviously. We know women don't fart.
What, on this show? It's Kath?
I mean, I'm celebrity.
I know... Right, there was a really funny bit, because me and Shappy...
It's got to be Stanley, hasn't it?
Oh, Stanley, oh, God. Stanley, you'd be walking behind him, and he'd just fart, but he wouldn't know he'd farted. The night we went off, the men went off to have our meal. I'd forgotten about the meal the men had, right? Just as we were walking through the dark, every step Stanley was going... And we were in hysterics. So Stanley a lot. But I remember, because me and Shappy were sharing the number 10 Downing Creek, right? And and she said to me outside, she said, Ian, it's like the third night, she said, if we stay in there much longer, I'm going to have to ask. What did she say? I'm going to have to ask if I can
What?
In front of you. And she mouthed the F word, right? I went...
What, she wanted to have a crap in front of you?
No, she mouthed... I went, if I can... She mouthed the F word in front of you. I said, sorry, what did you just say? And she'd mouthed the word fart, but because she mouthed it, it made the whole thing much, much worse. So
I'm really confused. I thought women don't fart.
Oh, mate, it's all rainbows and glitter, as we know. I've got to move on because we've got a couple more calls I want to get to. Evening, Star.
Hello.
Hello, Star. What you got for us?
Right, quick query. I've sent you 2 tweets.
Yes.
About the Big Little Town.
Oh, yes.
The first tweet I sent you is a video of them on Vivo.
Yes.
Talking to 2 of the presenters about their appearance on the awards show.
Yep.
And then 2 minutes into that, you see the actual music video and them singing.
Beautiful.
And then I think it's the full one, yeah. I skipped into like 3-4 minutes in and it was still playing, so
Lovely.
I think it is.
Thank you. Someone has also sent it to me via email as well. So,
right, okay, but the second link I sent you
yes,
is the actual performance on the award.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a thing of great beauty. Everyone should watch it and devour it.
I did, I watched it. It's really
good. Isn't it? Yeah, I've never heard of them before. Little Big Town. They're amazing. They're like a country and western version of the Fifth Dimension.
Yeah, definitely.
They're lovely.
Well, I went through a few of their songs on YouTube because I was trying to find that one.
Yeah.
And there's boatloads of songs on YouTube of them, and I've never heard of them before.
I've never heard of them, and I thought
that'll be something I'll be doing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to order a couple of CDs, I think, because I jotted their name down when they came up on the Country Music Awards because I'd never heard anything like it. I thought they were astounding.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I watched the performance on there, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It really was.
Nice one, Star. Thank you for that.
No worries, sweet.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Let's go to yes, Vinny.
All right.
Yeah, all right, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question.
Of course, mate.
Have you heard about that saying, lock him up and throw away the key?
Yes, I have heard that saying. Thanks for calling, Vinny. Let's go to Jonathan. Good evening, Jonathan.
Evening.
Evening.
So, you've been threatened by Amir Khan?
Legally, yes.
Well, why doesn't he pick on someone his own size?
I could take him in a fight any time.
So could I. In fact, I could brutalise him and victimise him.
There we go. Fantastic. Well,
that sounded quite kinky, didn't it?
Brutalising and victimisation. Yes, that'll be £150, please. Thanks so much for that. Well, that's the end of the show. And thanks everyone who called in. Thank you, new callers. Thank you, old callers. Thank you, patient people who waited for ages. It's a weird thing with this system. It used to tell me how long people have been on the line for, and it doesn't anymore, and I don't know why. And I wonder if there's anything I can do to it to kind of get that function back, because it would be really, really useful. But tomorrow we're going to have a really fun show. And for those of you who've never heard a show where it goes straight to air, listen, if you thought tonight's show was weird, right? If you thought this week of shows has been weird, you wait until you hear what 3 hours of straight to air is like, man. Honestly, I think it may scare some of you away, in which case, that's fine. Thanks very much for listening to us for 4 or 5 nights. We'll call it quits. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We might have a cheeky lock-in tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Depends if Simon's up for it. I don't know whether he's privy to the arrangements.
Well, you can work. You can have to run the computer. Don't you?
Work it out.
Stick that up your bum.
Ow!
We are back tonight at 10 o'clock. Don't forget, you can listen to us on DAB. You can download the app for your smartphones. Of course, you can go to talkradio.co.uk. Go and download the podcasts as well. All the numbers help. We will be back tonight at 10 o'clock. Until then, from us, up your bum.